Crusaders entertain the St. Augustine Purple Knights. And a pleasant good evening to you. Ken Trahan along with the teammates, the guys, my buddies Lenny Sumich and Chandler Rose. Jordan Liuzza will be along with field reports throughout the course of the game. And we're glad you're with us tonight, both on CrescentCitySports.com and WGSO 990 AM. You can hear the crowd forming. We thought we might have a delay, but it doesn't look like that will be the case. They had some lightning in the area about 5:45, and initially they said, well, it might not start till 7:20, maybe even 7:30. And then about 20 minutes ago, I was on the field, they said, all go. We're going to try to go to 7. So therefore, I used my 4.5 speed to get up the steps and up here to join my friends and to be here in time. And if you believe that, I got some property to sell you between Kenner and LaPlace. Brother Martin comes into play tonight with a record of 2-2. The Crusaders have played consistent football overall. Beat Petal, Mississippi, 35-14. Lost to an outstanding Warren Easton team by the score of 48-20 on WGSO. Beat Hahnville 37-20 and of course lost to John Curtis a week ago, 45-16. Lenny, great to have you with us again. Nice to see you again, my friend. And Brother Martin is a team that we thought going in, and I think it was an accurate assessment and talking to everyone, including Mark Moniz, that would be a team that would start in decent nominal fashion and likely would improve as the season went on. Is that what you're seeing at this point? Why I'm not hearing you, I have no idea, but I'll get that straight. Let's try Chad. See what happens. Chad, talk
I think I'm on.
I hear think I'm Chad. Good. It's like Lenny's got something. He's mad at me for some reason, but I'll straighten it out. Chad, let's get your thoughts first and foremost about what you've seen from Brother Martin thus far this year.
You know, I think that record depicts who they are right now, Kenny. You know, they're 2-2. They played a Petal team from Mississippi that they got beat to badly last year, and they turned it around in Mississippi and kind of got on track with the new quarterback, Drew Martin. And then they came back to Warren Easton, probably the number one team in the state of Louisiana right now, who lost a close game to Curtis yesterday. But you know, they came back and played Warren Easton, and it was a good team, and they had some good plays. And you know, we called that game, Lenny, and you know, Brother Martin shot themselves in the foot just as much as Warren Easton made big plays. But you know, being 2-2 right now, they came off a hard loss against Curtis. Curtis probably being the best team in the state, you know, beating a good Warren Easton team yesterday. But, you know, they have an opportunity here. We've seen it many years. We've been doing this for a long time, Lenny, and it seems like St. Aug is always the team that when we look back every season and say, hey, where did Brother Martin either go right or go wrong? It's this game. And so, you know, we're going to see a lot, you know, from a young offensive line, from a quarterback who's still kind of inexperienced, but you know, Brother Martin's putting themselves in the right position to make plays and to win and to be that team that can kind of turn the corner. But we need to continually, you know, we say it game in and game out. We got to see Brother Martin limit their mistakes, limit their penalties. You know, we don't want to recur what happened 2 years ago, but you know, we want to see them kind of take over the game and show us what Brother Martin can really be.
You know, Chad, Kenny, we've had the opportunity to call this game Brother Martin St. Aug, I believe, the last 5 or 6 years.
That's
in
right.
The last 3 years, it's Brother Martin has had this game in hand all 3 years, and they let it slip away. They had a big lead 3 years ago, and 2 years ago, and made a bunch of mistakes. And last year also, they had a chance to win the game, and it hasn't gone their way. You know, I think it's very important just for the psyche of this football team and for their whole future coming up in the rest of the season to play well tonight and to limit the mistakes. And I really believe that Brother Martin has a very good chance to win this football game if they can do that. If they can limit the mistakes and, you know, and just play Brother Martin football, I think they can win the game. And if they do that tonight, I think they have a good chance to go forward the rest of the season and have a great season.
Well, the Purple Knights come into tonight's game, and they have had an interesting season. They started 3-0 and looked really good, and then lost a tough game to Jesuit last week, 28-21. So they're 3-1, 0-1 in the league with wins over McDonough 35, 27-6, De La Salle 38-20, and John F. Kennedy by the score of 43-36. The Purple Knights under the direction of Nathaniel Jones in his first year as the head coach. I've known Nate for a long time. Really good man. Former player at Edna Carr, great coach there as well. Learned under Don Watney and has done a fine job with his team. His team banged up after a very physical game with Jesuit last week. They'll be missing some key players tonight, but that's part of the deal. You catch people sometimes at the right time, sometimes at the wrong time.
Yeah, it is, and it can affect the season. And look, Brother Martin's they're a victim of injuries too. They've been banged up on the offensive line, a young offensive line, but I think for the most part they're intact. So I'm expecting Lenny for them to really step up. We've seen glimpses of their defense really shutting. I wouldn't, it's hard to say shut down, but really containing Warren Eason. I know in the second quarter, when Warren Eason had some big plays in the first quarter, they really contained him for three and out, put the offense back on the field, and it was giving us glimpses. But I'd like to see them really take over this game and not say put it away quick, but I'd really like to see them not give up the big play and really come through.
You go back to that Warren Easton game. That was a 28-14 game, I believe, and Brother Martin was going in to score right before halftime and had the ball inside the 10-yard line, had 7 plays to get it in to make it 28-21, and they were going to get the ball to start the second half. And on fourth down, they get stopped, and they fumble, and Warren Easton takes it 98 yards for a touchdown. So
a 14-point swing.
Yeah, 14-point swing. I mean, not making excuses, and, it not to be Jim Moore, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it is what it is. But, they need to get better tonight.
It's Brother Martin in St. Augustine. When we return, we'll hear from Brother Martin head coach Mark Bonice. You are listening to and watching Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com. the outside, the best of whom is Broderick Martin, the senior. Martin will line up and run the ball, too, by the way. Martin has 19 catches, 266 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's rushed for 57 yards and a score as well. They're without their freshman running back, who's very good, and Justin Doyle, injured in the game last week. Without their starting defensive tackle tonight, who was carted off last week, Samaj Davis. Without their wide receiver, Shamal McKnight, who's also out tonight. And it's just been one of those runs for them where they've had some people missing because of injuries. For Brother Martin, the Crusaders, of course, have Chris Smith, the junior running back, who's rushed 68 times for 268 yards and 4 touchdowns, has 5 receptions for 45 yards. On the outside, Brady Faust has been outstanding, 19 receptions, 278 yards and 2 touchdowns, and L.J. Gilliard has 17 receptions for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns. Drew Martin, the senior, getting the chance to start this year, has completed 57 of 113 passes, 821 yards with 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, and he has 19 carries for 67 yards. Defensively, both teams have played pretty well at times. The competition has dictated that to a degree, and therefore I think, as usual, we're looking at a pretty even matchup here tonight. What else is new?
Yeah, like normal, Kenny. The last 3 years, these games have been very, very, very close. And, last year was a little bit of an anomaly, and that was a little low-scoring game. But I don't remember the scores exactly, but the 2 years before that, it was shootouts. I remember 3 years ago we were doing a game here, and I think Brother Martin was up by 3 touchdowns in the second half and ended up just giving that game away. And then 2 years ago they had just a tough time on special teams and then end up losing in the last minute. This is always a tough game, Chad. Even when we were playing back in the day, it always seemed it was very, very close. But I really, really feel like the Crusaders are playing better than normal this time of year, and I think they're due. Frankly, it'll be superstitious, but I think they're due, and I expect a great performance from them tonight.
Yeah, going back to when we played, it seemed like, we won, and the next year they won, and the next year we won. So it was always back and forth, and I don't never remember having a game that was more than 7-8 points, between either one, Lenny. But it's just an anomaly these last 3 years. It seems like we've always were right there to, take victory and to go ahead and shut the door and win. But, St. Aug, to their credit, have always come back, and a lot of that has been attributed to our mistakes,
What's also interesting about these two teams is they've both been very close in the last few years. And I know the playoff system's diluted, but still, both teams have had real good runs and real good shots. Brother Martin in the semis, 2 in the last 4 years, and St. Aug's been that close. They've been in the quarters, the last 2 years, and they lost to Scotlandville 27-22 years ago, and then lost
again
to Catholic and gave up 7 points last year. They shut them down the whole game and lost 7-3. They gave up a touchdown late. Catholic, of course, went on to win the state championship, but that's how close these two teams have been. Captains meeting at the center of the field for St. Aug. Woodson, the fine quarterback, is one of those captains, along with 78, and don't have 78, which I could tell you. But then also Broderick Martin is not. Actually, I thought he would be out there, but he's not. Their other captains include 63 Ethan Moore, and the 4th captain would be their outstanding inside defensive tackle, Vincent Joseph. Boy, is he active. And for Brother Martin, the captains include 35 Austin Roberts, along with 97 Akil Smith, 29, who is, of course, Noah Shassir, and the 4th captain is number 78, the fine lineman Adam Bourgeois. Crusaders in their familiar home colors here this evening. It's always a good look. The helmets, of course, matching the jerseys with the gold pants, and St. Aug in their road white jerseys with the yellow gold pants and the purple helmets. Good color contrast and well representing the schools. And I say that, and I love Tommy Connors. He's a terrific young coach. He's going to do a great job, and I have incredible respect for and really like the people at Archbishop Shaw. But they wore those charcoal gray jerseys today. Not a fan.
No. Brother Martin should wear gold pants and either crimson or white jerseys, period, end of story, Chad.
All right, so St. Aug won the toss. They've deferred, so they're going to give Brother Martin the ball first. St. Aug will kick off. Brother Martin will get the ball first, and St. Augustine will defend the south goal line here at Tad Gormley Stadium as the lights are on and the crowd is filing in. They sure had people here last night. Wow, we had the game live at CrescentCitySports.com and on CST, and we estimated about 12 to 13,000 people here last night. Unbelievable crowd. So good to see on the high school level. That, of course, was the Holy Cross Jesuit game.
By the Brother Martin Crusader Marching Band.
So we'll get the colors presented, and we'll get the national anthem from Crusader Band. The prayer, of course, will take place before that as we listen to the docile tones of Bill Gallagher taking care of business. My broadcast partner for basketball on the opposite side of the facility.
Cadet Lane Boudreaux.
And again, this game is going to get underway. Still a light rain falling, by the way. Hopefully that will subside. It's nothing that's going to disrupt play. Mind you, it is very light. And again, with the artificial turf surface, not a problem at all.
United States Navy, retired. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God our Creator, we ask you to bless all who are gathered here for this athletic competition. Please give the athletes the grace of good sportsmanship and shield them from injury in today's game. We ask you in a special way to be with the athletes, coaches, managers, officials, musicians, and cheerleaders who have worked to perfect their talents for our enjoyment and your glory. We thank you for their gifts and dedication to our school community. We ask for your continued blessing on New Orleans and the entire Gulf Coast. Please protect our school communities and cities from harm and property damage during this hurricane season. We also pray for the people of North Carolina and South Carolina, and we ask that you comfort them during their recovery efforts. We ask all of this in confidence, mindful of your presence with us today through the heart of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Ameter Ko Jesu, Ameter Ko Maria. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Now the Brother Martin High School Marching Band will perform the national anthem. Martin High School Marching Band with our national anthem. We're just about set to get started, along with our friends Lenny Sumich and Chandler Rose. I'm Ken Trahan, and we're glad you've taken time to join us here this evening for this District 9 5A contest. Mark Bonise in his 10th year at Brother Martin, 65 and 44 overall. 2 semifinals in the last 4 years. And St. Augustine, Nathaniel Jones, the head coach. In his first year as head coach, assisted the last 2 years under Al Jones, former head coach at Carr as well. And the 2 storied programs are ready to roll. St. Augustine, 15 Catholic League titles over the years, and Brother Martin's got 8 Catholic League titles in its history. Both have been state champions, one of which a memorable occasion when Brother Martin defeated St. Augustine for the state title back in 1971 here at this venerable historic facility. 23-0. So there you go.
Interesting fact about that, Kenny, that was the night before Chad was born, actually.
The night before Chad. Is that a
Chad,
fact?
That is actually true.
Are you just trying
December
to make him
1st?
sound
That is
young?
absolute
Okay.
truth. Night before Chad
You're
was
trying to
born.
make him sound young because you are young, and I'm not.
I'm that young, trust me.
Be that way, man.
I feel young. Does that count?
Night before Chad was born, that game happened.
Ready to kick it off for St. Augustine is Evan Coatney and Brother Martin has twin receivers deep to get this one started. We're underway. The kick is very short. Fielded nicely up front across the 40-yard line. Great field position for Brother Martin. That's a great job of fielding the kick and getting forward immediately to get good field position for Brother Martin by Javier Perez. And the Crusaders with outstanding field position will start from their own 40-yard line to get things started. And the Crusader offense will take to the field, led by Drew Martin. The senior, Chris Smith, the running back, will see Jalen Spears as well. Brady Faust, L.J. Gilliard, Devon Moore on the outside. Michael Clapp, tight end. We'll see Noah LaVey as well. And we'll get the guys to tell you about up front. A few changes there, largely in the middle. 1st and 10 for the 40. Left hash mark, quick snap, give to Smith running that way. Chris across the 45 to the 47, 48. Good opening play for Brother Martin. And the pile's still pushing. They haven't blown the whistle yet.
It's like a
I
rubber
can't
stomp.
believe they haven't blown. I can't believe they
That's
haven't blown the
first
whistle.
down.
They
Yeah.
let him push
got
forward
a
for a
first down.
first down to about the 49 of St. Aug. And that's amazing to me that they didn't blow the whistle, guys.
Yeah, it was just a great play there, Chad. He just kind of kept going. Smith kept turning his legs, and there was a bunch of offensive linemen pushing there. And Sprung kept going forward. He got 12 yards, first down.
It's 11 yards for Smith and a first down to the St. Aug 49. Again, left hash mark. And unfortunately, the Crusaders jump up front. So it'll be a false start on Brother Martin. Will cost them 5 yards and put the ball back at their own 46-yard line.
That's one of those young linemen, Drew Romano, the sophomore, that jumps off sides, and this is what we're talking about, Lenny. You know, you can't go 2 steps forward and 1 step back against a good St. Aug defense.
1st and 15 from the Brother Martin 46. Fake it. Martin keeps it. It's open.
There you go.
50, 45, and goes out of bounds across the St. Augustine 45-yard line. They will mark it right there at the 45. So a nice run of 9 yards by Drew Martin.
Now, I tell you what, he is a sneaky good runner, Lenny. He doesn't look like it. Exactly. He is sneaky quick. You know, I think he came up, against Warren Easton. He really didn't get going until the second half, but he showed kind of spurts, and if we can get Smith going here, and he's definitely due for a breakout game. If we can get Smith and Martin with the little 1-2 punch off that play action, Brother Martin might be able to move the ball a little bit.
So at the 45 of St. Aug, it's 2nd and 6. Martin rolling, looking, throwing. You got to
catch that.
The intended receiver, and then he got punished. If you're going to get hit, you want to catch that. Nice try by Gilliard, but he could not hold on. Hit by Byron Turner for St. Aug. It will be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Gilliard was open there, but he just a little bit behind him, and he actually didn't catch the ball. But like you mentioned, Kenny, he's going to get popped anyway. You hope you can reel that in. But
good throw, though. I thought it was a good throw by Martin in the
3rd and
range.
7 on the plus side of the field, so maybe looking at 2-down territory.
3rd and 6 at the 45 of St. Aug. Everything from the left hash mark on this possession. Twin receivers to the right, a single left, the slot left as well. Smith in the backfield with Martin. Against a 3-man front, retreats to throw, now flushed out, rolls right, looking. He throws, and incomplete.
Should have ran it.
Yeah,
he had run the run.
Receiver was really in tight traffic there. No real room as he tried to get it there to the tight end Michael Clapp, but really he had no space, and Brother Martin must punt.
Yeah, it was a play-action rollout. St. Aug gave good pressure up the middle, Lenny, and it caused Martin to kind of roll out to his right, but possibly could have got it on his legs running for the first down, but instead he tried to kind of thread the needle a little bit. But, either way, Brother Martin's punting.
Faust will punt, and St. Aug has twin receivers deep, standing at about the 10. Plenty of time. Punt is away by Faust.
Nice punt.
Very high. And it's going to go out of bounds. Beautiful punt inside the 10-yard line. Extremely well done. Pins St. Aug back at the 8-yard line. Can't do it much better than that. And the Purple Knights will start in the soup as a result with 11:04 to play. Boy, that was a very short possession in terms of time. Only burned 56 seconds.
Yeah.
So St. Aug gets it back.
Well, speaking of,
gets it for the first time, and it's on 8.
Speaking of soup, Kenny, we were here when they had a deluge against Warren Easton, Lenny. We saw that I wouldn't say half, about a quarter of the field looked like it was underwater.
It was underwater.
The refs actually stopped the game, but
the
it drains
rain
well.
is falling straight
really
down
good.
right now, so it's raining right now a little bit harder than it was. Mahmoud Bailey, the running back, behind Woodson on first down with a 4-receiver set. Going to run it inside with Bailey. He's going to be fighting to about the 10. Maybe a 2-yard gain. That's all. Akil Smith wrapped him up. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. So Bailey getting the start with the injury to Justin Doyle, and he gains 2.
It was a good play there by the middle of the Crusader defense there, just stopping that for a short gain.
2nd and 8, and now flags come down right away as you got some movement up front.
It was offside by the right defensive end. Making 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3. You just can't do that. Chad, like in an offensive series, you did that. He had the offensive tackle, jump off sides, make it a 1st and 15, and they kind of made him punt after that. But you can't have pre-snap penalties.
So 2nd and 3 now at the 15-yard line for St. Aug. Again, the 4-receiver set, pistol formation, same setup, and run Bailey inside, slip 1 tackle, dives forward for 1 or 2. It's going to be 3rd down, about 1.5 yards for the Purple Knights.
Yeah, and I think the Crusader defense, Lenny, stacks up well against St. Aug. But I tell you what, everybody's seen the film against Warren Easton, and they definitely took their shots on the corner. And Brother Martin's lining up here in cover 3, putting those, those defensive backs on the island.
3rd and 1 from the 17.
Single high safety.
Same setup again. Pistol formation, 4-receiver set. And the give to Bailey, and I don't know, it's close.
No, I think
he needed the 18.
I think he's short.
Right at the 18. This is going to depend on the mark. And he doesn't look to me
the line
like
judge
he's there.
Is spotting it a little short.
I don't think he's got it. I think he's about I'd say a football and a
calling
half.
it.
Well, it's going to be about a football short, I think.
They just call first down.
They just call first down. You got to get a measurement.
I don't think so. I think
the referee just called first down. He just pointed first down. Let's see.
Where the line judge is standing, that's not a first down.
Well, they're looking at it. The chains haven't moved yet.
They're moving now.
Now they are, so they give them the first down.
I can't believe they didn't at least measure that.
2 yards and a first down.
Yeah, penalty kills you again. Can't have
Here comes the blitz on the outside.
On first down, big-time defensive play, knocking him straight back for a loss. Bailey, with tremendous penetration, had no chance to even get started on that play. Ranlett there, really good job by the Crusader front.
Yeah, Luke Schneckschneider from the outside, the strong safety, showed blitz on the right side, Lenny, and it kind of botched up that play, and it looked like it wanted to go outside, but good job by the Crusader defense.
Good job by the Crusader front 7 to start this game.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Woodson wants to throw. Steps up, throws outside, caught, beautiful throw. Out to about the 30-yard line. There is a flag down, nice throw. And the catch made by Joseph Miller up to about the 30-yard line.
It's from the line,
they're going to talk it over.
I wonder if it was an illegal formation.
Let's see.
And they're bringing it back, it appears. But Woodson has a good arm. He's accurate. He can run. He's a good player.
Illegal man downfield.
So this is coming back.
Yeah, definitely put St. Aug behind the chains here. You're looking at about 2nd and about 18, 19 to go. Expect to pass here. And, St. Aug started the game running, I believe, 4 or 5 plays in a row. But expect the pass to come here.
2nd down from the 10-yard line. And they need the 28, 2nd and 18. Snap it, retreats, looking. He's going to throw inside, and it's incomplete. Pass a little bit high into the teeth of the zone, intended for Kai Matthew.
Now, this is something different, Lenny, that we hadn't seen. We actually saw Brother Martin go to a cover 2 with 2 high safeties. We hadn't seen that in passing downs against Warren Easton and some of the other schools. But good job. Morgan's playing as a safety, kind of covering up, half the field. But good job by him by getting over the top and Brother Martin did a good job of keeping everything in front.
Yeah, big 3rd down coming around. It's 3rd and long. You need to not give them the first down here.
3rd down and 18 from the 10-yard line. 8:31 to play in the first, no score. Woodson shotgun, twin receivers to the right, a single left, a slot right as well. Takes the snap, retreats, the throw, has time. He's going to gun it. He's got a man wide open, but overthrew him. Wide open on the play for St. Aug was Kai Matthew, and Woodson missed him. And that's a big miss for St. Aug.
Yeah, he was wide open there. Number 3, Matthew was there open going against Perez there on the left side there. Luckily for the Crusaders, he overthrew the ball there and going to force him to punt here on 4th down.
So a punting situation on 4th down from the 10-yard line, and Brother Martin should come out of this in great shape. Faust will drop deep to receive the punt, and Mims will punt it away for St. Augustine, a fine baseball player.
Lenny, and that might be the story of tonight. You know, if we can match up on the outside, and we got away with one right there, but if we can match up on the outside, the defense will be all right for Brother Martin.
Got it away. Nice punt. Drives Faust back to the 46. Caught it.
Go.
He's at the 45-40. Got a block
Turn
outside at the 35. At the 30. He's down to the 29-yard line of St. Aug. Outstanding return by Brady Faust. Gives Brother Martin tremendous field position. At the St. Aug 29 with 8:12 to play in the first, no score.
I tell you what, Brady Faust seems like he's been playing for about 8 years.
He really has. We've been calling his name a lot.
We've been calling his name for a long time, guys, and a great punt return there. Actually, he had a back pedal to catch that ball, but nice return back to the right side of the field. Give Crusaders great field position inside the St. Aug 30-yard line.
Yeah, nobody clipped either, Lenny. How about that?
Yeah, that happens occasionally.
First and 10, Brother Martin at the 29 of St. Aug. And we've had a light rain falling from the start here at Chad Gormley Stadium. Martin, the snap, gives it inside. Nice cut, 25, and dives down to about the 23-yard line. And that's Jalen Spears on the carry, his first carry of the game. So Spears, who came in with 77 yards rushing, with a nice first down run.
And Lenny, those young offensive linemen, Romano, Garcia, Facette, those guys are really getting a push. It's kind of refreshing. You know, those sophomore linemen, I think they might be coming of age this game. They're getting a good push of the defensive linemen of St. Aug.
6 yards, it's 2nd down and 4. Gilliard motions left. Martin gives it off inside again. Spears cuts back, nothing there. Tackled at the 23-yard line. Good job for St. Aug by 7. Damon McFarland, along with 52 Donnell Duncan.
You know, Jay, that was one of the things that the Crusaders had a weakness to start the year with. They had a very, very young offensive line. But, you know, you're going into week 5 now. These guys have a lot of experience underneath their belt, and hopefully you can see them improve as the season progresses.
3rd down and a long 3 from the 22 officially for Brother Martin. And they'll flood the left side with 4 receivers wide side of the field.
Watch Michael Clapp here, the tight end.
Martin, the snap, going to give it inside. Spears turns ahead, fights forward very close. Needed the 19. It's going to be close as he got just across the 20, and we'll check on the spot.
First down.
Yeah, Martin didn't have to.
There it is, first down, Brother Martin.
Brother Martin, Coach Bonice didn't have to rely on play action right there with those vaunted offensive linemen getting a push. You know, easy first down for the Crusaders.
Vaunted after 5 weeks. I like that.
I like it.
3 yards and a first down for Spears. He's carried 3 consecutive times for all 10 yards.
They're doing a great job in the interior of that offensive line. They're pushing St. Aug's defensive line back.
From the 19-yard line of St. Aug in the red zone to give to Spears. Slipped one tackle, but he's going to be buried. And a flag comes down as well.
Late flag.
So double jeopardy here. We'll see. The tackle for St. Aug was made by 52 Donnell Duncan. St. Aug had a blitz on, and it turned out to be a very effective blitz. Let's check the flag, though. St. Aug's clapping, so it's on Brother Martin.
You know, this goes back to the high school rules here, Kenny. I really hate that
spot foul. Can't stand it.
It's a drive killer.
That's an 18-yard penalty.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
But I tell you what, I hope Coach Bonice gives Martin, the quarterback, the decision to make that pull because, you know, St. Aug had a great run blitz on Lenny right up the middle from the Mike linebacker. But if Martin simply pulls, goes to the right side, you know, he's easily going around and getting the first down on that play. Obviously, that wasn't a read.
Turns out to be a 12-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 22 at the 31. Motion right. Give it inside. Spears got a hole, and then it closes as he bangs down to about the 25. Spears hitting the hole pretty hard there, and once again, 3rd tackle in a row for Donnell Duncan, who's been very active for St. Aug.
You know, Brother Martin's done a good job running the football here, but the 2 penalties, the false start on the previous drive and then the hold right there, it's really put him behind the chains and made it a little difficult. Looks like we're getting a hydration timeout.
We're getting there. It's right at the 6-minute mark, should be. And they'll take that right here. So 6 minutes to play in the first with no score. Ken Trahan, Lenny Sumich, Chad LaRose. Jordan Lyles is here too, but waiting for that rain to try to subside to send him out there. We didn't really budget for hazard pay for this one, so we're cutting him some slack. But he's had a long day. We had him out in that heat over at Shaw this afternoon too, so all good. In case you missed that game earlier on WGSO 990 AM, it was Rummel over Shaw, 42-3. First district game for Rummel, second for Shaw. Eagles had really played well the previous 2 weeks. They've really, against Holy Cross, they're 14-6 at the end of the third quarter, and they beat Vanderbilt Catholic the week before that, but they kind of regressed today, and Rummel played better today. They
saw that game too, Kenny, and it was Raiders were all in the first half, and kind of got ugly for the Shaw Eagles to begin with, and by halftime, I think it was 35-0, and unfortunately, they couldn't do anything there in the second half. It was nice to see actually a stadium on Shaw's campus, though.
It really was. Listen, I'm so happy for them. And nothing but success to the Eagles. Second down at 16 from the 25. Low snap. Martin has it. Wants to throw the slant.
He had him.
Incomplete at about the 15-yard line. Diving attempt made. Open on the play was Devon Moore, but the pass led him too much and was too low.
Moore was open, Chad.
Great play call. The play action. St. Aug seeing the run, getting beat a little bit, Lenny. Those linebackers are really creeping up, and it's great time to just run a play action, a little dump pass over the middle, but Martin a little bit too anxious. I think he threw it a little bit sooner than what he had to.
I tell you what, looking at now, it's 3rd and 15 or 16 to go now. I think you're looking at 4-down territory, especially in this rain.
3rd and 16 at the 25. Twin receivers right. Man in motion out of the backfield. Here is Martin faking. Heavy rush. He's going to get set. You could see it coming. St. Augustine was coming hard, and they got there in the person of Byron Turner, the sophomore, at 6'3", 235 pounds, puts Martin down. And Brother Martin will likely pooch punt here. Maybe even take a penalty.
I think they're taking
going to try a long field goal. Okay, cool. So the loss back to the 29, a loss of 4.
Long field goal for Jack Landry, looking like a 45, 46-yard field goal from the right hash mark, or close to the right hash. We'll see what happens.
So a 46-yard attempt, indeed, by Jack Landry here for Brother Martin. Out of the hold of Faust. Snap, spot. Kick is not going to get there. No. Just a little short. Not a bad effort. Little short, slightly left, no good. And St. Augustine gets a hold with 4:56 to play in the first quarter and still no score.
You look at those first 2 drives by the Crusader offense, and both drives kind of got put behind the 8 ball with penalties. One, the illegal procedure in the first drive, and then the holding on the second drive, and they just couldn't overcome it, Chad. They played well here, but, you got to put points on the board when you have an opportunity, especially on the plus side of the field.
Yeah, and we had the opportunities, too. We've seen, way too many St. Aug Brother Martin games where we just, let St. Aug kind of hang around and, they find a way to put points on the board. But let's see if Brother Martin's defense been playing well. Need another 3 and out from him.
St. Aug starts at its own 20. Woodson will slot his tight end right. Fakes to Bailey, rolls right, looking, stopping, pump fakes, makes a defender miss, made another miss, tries to bounce it outside across the field. Great contain. Now he bounces it the other way. What a job defensively by the Crusaders. They stayed home, were patient, waited, and then Kyle West collected him at the 20.
I tell you, that was good gap discipline there, Kenny and Chad, for the Crusader defense. He was just running left to right, right to left. And
I think he ran 30 yards to get nothing.
He get 0. But I tell you what, great defensive play there by the Crusaders.
You see a lot of big plays made that way, but the defense stayed home and did a great job.
Very important.
2nd and 10 at the 20. Woodson looks over to the sideline, gets what he's looking for, sets Bailey next to him on his left. On 2nd and 10 from the 20. Takes the snap, gives to Bailey. Bailey looks for the cutback, reverses field, got a block.
Come on, guys.
He's at the 30, speed to the 40, speed to the 45, and out of bounds across the 45 and about the 48. Well, he reversed field and found room, and Bailey showed his speed. Big play, St. Aug, 28 yards and a first down.
Everything they did good in the first play there, Chad, they didn't do on that play.
Absolutely. They had gap responsibility, but, guys, somebody's got to step up and make a tackle. Good job by Bailey, not finding anything to the right side and then, prying, trying to peek his head in the holes, and he found something on the left. And
whoever they contained on the left side just kind of got caught inside, and he was able to get to the corner and get the big play for the first down.
Yeah.
28 yards to the 48. First down, Purple Knights with 3:57 to play in the first quarter. No score. Twin receivers right, a single to the left. Bailey remains the running back. It's actually Quest bobbling to snap Woodson. Woodson steps up and he makes yards. Lost his helmet. Flag comes down, probably holding.
Yeah.
And now Woodson has to come out of the game for a play because his helmet came off. He made a nice run out of an aborted play, but then the flag likely is going to negate that.
It didn't look like he grabbed the helmet or like a face mask or anything. So
no, I don't think
it's
so.
An offensive penalty.
I think it's
St.
holding.
Aug's backing up right now. So
it's holding on St. Aug. So what will happen is the flag was down near midfield, so probably a couple yards on the gain for Woodson, and then the penalty
You're probably looking at
from the
first
spot of
and
the foul.
18.
So Woodson ends up with a 3-yard gain to the Brother Martin 49, and then a holding penalty puts it back at the St. Aug 41, 10 yards.
Yeah, I would expect St. Aug to kind of challenge the corners here, Chad, coming up. You know, they haven't had a lot of success running the ball, and Brother Martin's defense has been a little vulnerable on the corners.
Yeah, they're sitting Woodson, so.
Not on this play.
First and 18, he drops the snap. That's what happens when you change quarterbacks. Woodson lost his helmet, had to come out. They put a new man in the game. They had to, Kendall Sampson, and he couldn't handle the snap.
I think
and he'll come out of the game. Think so.
I think Woodson's coming back in.
Now you want to watch out on the corners. But I would expect screens, draws right here, Lenny. I mean, anything where, they can get an open space. But
yeah, second and long, second and 20.
From the 39-yard line, second down and 20 yards to go.
And Brother Martin's manned up.
Second and 19 to be precise. Second down and 19.
As lightning strikes.
Fakes, gives to Quest. Quest cuts it inside.
There you go.
Quest is down at about the 43. So the first carry for Quest in the game, Albert Quest.
Brother Martin's defense is really doing a good job up in the middle here. They're doing a good job stopping the run between the tackles and not giving a lot of yardage up in that middle. Like I said, the only thing that scares me a little bit here, Chad, is like I mentioned a second ago, the corners, they haven't really challenged them yet. Hopefully they can stand up for the challenge.
It's 4 yards for Quest to the 43, so it's third down and 15 for St. Aug at their own 43. Woodson in shotgun takes the snap.
There you go.
Looking, he's going to throw deep, double coverage, and no chance. Crusaders had that blanketed as it falls incomplete.
That's cover two. That's a new look for the Crusaders, and it's very effective. Both times they ran it, to effect. The safety's definitely helping out those cornerbacks underneath, and St. Aug just doesn't have any way to go with the ball.
Nice stop by the Crusaders there on third down, but you got to give St. Aug credit. They were able to get that big 20-yard gain earlier on and actually flip the field a little bit here. So we'll see what the Crusaders can do with this punt.
Mims will punt. Faust will return it. Last time, Faust a very good return.
Coming after it.
They did, but he got it off. Kicks it toward the sideline, and it's short, and it's going to be very good field position again for Brother Martin. They have had short fields to work with from the start of this game. They've got to take advantage at some point.
Exactly, Kenny. They need to I was just going to say the same thing. They need to take advantage of it. This is their third possession. With only 60 yards or less to go, you need to put some points on the board here, Chad.
And it's not that you can never have a good penalty, Lenny, but it seems like the penalties they have has always been, second and short, or they would have got the first down and the penalty brought them back, and it really did kill the drive. So I'm sure Coach Bonise is like, hey guys, we're driving on the Knights right now. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot and see what happens.
Yeah, they have 2 drives in a row. Hopefully they don't do it this time.
Smith will be the running back. Brother Martin starts from its own 40 with 2:13 to play in the first quarter. No score. Again, wide side, right side. It's been that way throughout, right? Brother Martin's been on the left hash. Here's Smith on a counter play left. He's at the 45. Smith dumped at about the 49. Good run of about 9 yards. Tackled there by DeMar McFarland as they go misdirection, and it works well.
Hey, Ray, running behind those big tackles. And I tell you what, they're really doing a good job getting that push. Broden, Garcia. I wouldn't be surprised, Lenny. I mean, I know it's second and short right here, but it'd be a good time to do a little play action, take a shot. We've seen him, try to target Michael Clapp over the middle for positive yards and had really good results.
2nd and 1 at the 49.
Look for Gilliard, too, here for a big play.
2 receivers right. Fake it. Martin wants to throw it, and into heavy traffic. Incomplete.
Yeah, threw it to Gilliard, but he had about 3 Purple Knights around him there. Yeah. About 15 yards downfield, and wasn't able to get it to him. Not a bad call there on 2nd and short. Coming third down, you've actually had a good push up front, so you should feel pretty confident coming on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3 white shirts around the ball there. Tremaine Brown was right there.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very difficult throw.
3rd and 1 from the 49.
Watch the blitz here for the Purple Knights. Had a good success earlier this game.
5-man front. They're going to run left. First down
There you
and
go.
more.
Get up,
Smith across the St. Aug 45 and down to the 43. He's got 8 yards and a Crusader first down.
Yeah, getting great push up the middle, and I wouldn't really be surprised if Martin came back right here. Those are obviously not options. They're just he's handing the ball to Smith, getting good push on the left side. But Martin has room on the right side if he wanted to pull it and take it around the end. We saw that on the first drive where he had some positive yards. He should come back to that.
Interesting. Everything Brother Martin's running has been to the short side.
Absolutely.
First down and 10 from the 43. Twin running backs next to quarterback, and he's going to give it to Smith running left again to the short side. This time nothing doing. Got a yard and didn't have any other room to run there because Kenneth Rivard Jr. was there to make the stop.
Yeah, Kenny, you mentioned the whole game's played on the left side of the field. Brother Martin's running everything to the left side. I'm not sure if it's a just play design or if they feel more comfortable with the left side of the offensive line, but everything seems to be going to the left.
Clock winding down, 32 seconds in the first quarter. Second down, 9 yards to go at the St. Aug 42. Here's a counter play with Smith going to the short side again. He's got room across the 35, tackled just inside the 35, short of a first down by about 1.5 yards, but a good run by Smith of 7 yards.
And credit Smith. This is the first game Laney where they've really used him in between the tackles. He's not the biggest of backs, but he doesn't mind going between the tackles on those inside zones, being very effective.
He's got 8 yards. It's third and a long one as the first quarter comes to a close at the end of one from Tad Gormley Stadium. No score. Brother Martin St. Aug. Back in a moment. You are listening to and watching Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Eye Care Associates has been caring for families in the New Orleans community for over 25 years. Our doctors' experience, combined with a personal commitment to their patients' comprehensive eye care needs, has made them some of the most highly respected and trusted care providers in the South. Our commitment is to make certain
we're breaking
You want to just
behind.
take this
Nobody's
one
scored.
break, or-
Yeah, we'll catch up. No, just one break for 60 seconds.
Just one break?
We'll
Okay.
catch up, yeah.
At 4324 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. Visit us online at eyecareneworleans.com or call 504-455-9825. Brother Martin High School, educating young men for life with a focus on religious values, friendly discipline, academic excellence, and personal attention. Prospective students and their families are invited to join current students and faculty for open house on Thursday, November 8th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Visit brothermartin.com for more information on seeing what Brother Martin High School has to offer.
Second quarter begins, no score. Brother Martin with a big third and a long one at the 34. Going to give it to Smith. Slips a tackle, gets the first down as he crosses the 35 and gets down to the 31. Beat the initial tackle and gets a first down on a good run of 3 yards. Chris Smith for Brother Martin.
Yeah, St. Aug tried to get him, Lenny. They had those outside linebackers that kind of shot the gap a little bit, but Smith doing a good job of doing a sidestep. Brother Martin getting that push up front, being able to get the first down.
Yeah, Brother Martin's offensive line's doing a good job. Yeah, as long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot with penalties, then good job getting a push against the St. Aug defensive front.
First and 10 at the 31. Takes the snap, gives it inside to Smith, slips the tackle, bounces
Bounce it,
outside.
bounce it.
He's at the 25, he's at the 20, and has another first down inside the 20 and down to about the 18-yard line. That's really well done.
Very good job there by
Chris
Chris Smith, Kenny, bouncing it to the outside, kind of run up there off the right tackle, and he was able to get to the outside with he had a little bit of room to get there and get the first down.
And now we're seeing Vincent Joseph, 98, the defensive tackle, slow to get back up, and Brother Martin's offense is really taking a toll now at this, long drive we got going.
13-yard run, first down, Brother Martin in the red zone of the 18. Give it to Smith running right. Good cut inside the 15, down to the 14 again. Short side, short side, short side. That is what they're doing.
They really are. They've seen something on film, obviously, guys, where they feel they can make some hay on the short side of the field, whether it's right or left, doesn't matter. They just think that the short side of the field is actually the place they can go.
And give a lot of credit to Smith, too. He really setting up his blocks. He's patient. He's not trying to get something that's not there.
He's carried the ball 6 straight times, 6 consecutive plays.
And he's getting his 4 or 5 yards a pop, doing a great job.
Second and 6. He'll get it again inside, fighting hard and being tackled at about the 12. So got 2. Here comes a big 3rd and 4.
Big 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and this is something where Brother Martin really has to, close the door. Lenny, you mentioned it before with penalties. Look, we're getting 4 or 5 yards a pop. Brother Martin's just got to, run the plays. I would expect something on the short side of the field again to Smith, but as long as I would assume Coach Bonice would probably go for 2 here. I'll go for 4th down here if it's close, but
probably kick a field goal being this close. But we'll see what he does.
It's third
and 4.
Everything's spun from one side of the field. They're near the right hash again. 3rd and 4. And we get whistles.
Delay?
And it might be a delay game.
Oh, that's not what you need. That's here
once
again.
That's it.
And then they get the timeout. I think Brother Martin got timeout.
But he called timeout good.
Just in time. So timeout with 10-1 to play in the first half. We'll take the break. No back in a moment here on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Brother Martin High School educates young men for life through religious values, friendly discipline, personal attention, and academic excellence. Do you want to be a Crusader? Boys in grades 5 through 8 are invited to join us for Crusader Discovery Night, October 19th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and explore our campus through classroom activities, games, and extracurricular and athletic program activities. Visit brothermartin.com for more details.
Eye Care Associates has been caring for families in the New Orleans community for over 25 years. Our doctors' experience, combined with a personal commitment to their patients' comprehensive eye care needs, has made them some of the most highly respected and trusted care providers in the South. Our commitment is to make certain our patients benefit from the safest and latest technological advances. Visit Eye Care Associates and Dr. Lenny Sumich, class of 1990 at 4324 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. Visit us online at eyecareneworleans.com or call 504-455-9825. 34 at the 12-yard line for Brother Martin. They're going to give it inside Spears to the 10 to the 9. He's a yard short. So he got 3 to the 9. Here comes a big call. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Brother Martin. As Spears got 3. He needed 4.
I'd go for it here. 4th and short, less than a yard. You got a good push up front the whole game. I think you go for it here, Chad.
4th and 1. The offense is on the field. They called timeout previously. Might they do so again? They're going to go for it here.
Go for it.
Sending the play in, but the play clock is down to 15. Got to get it moving here. 4th down at a yard. Play clock is down to 9.
You need to
They're
call
at the line of scrimmage
timeout. Too big a
on
play.
4th and 1.
Come on, guys.
Smith is the running back, and now we get a whistle. St. Aug may have called timeout. They did, and I think that helps Brother Martin, frankly. You don't ever want to have to rush a play, and they might have had to do so.
I tell you what, the official really spotted that ball very quickly and got that play clock going very quickly. And Martin was
factually, I like that because, guys, I said it earlier today. If you saw that game today, there's too many. These games are too slow.
They are very slow.
They take too long between plays, spotting balls, getting playback. Half times are lasting 28 to 32 minutes.
It's going to be 30 minutes for halftime today.
I know. And I love the bands and the dance teams. That's not the issue. They're finished, and there's still another 7 minutes after that. Why, I have no idea.
No clue.
But watch and see. It'll happen here again.
We'll time it in a little bit. See how long.
I've been doing it, guys, and it's been happening at every game now for several years.
That's just bad communication.
But I tell you what, that's actually good. I think Brother Martin got a break there because they had to rush that play a little bit. St. Aug called timeout. They weren't quite ready for the 4th down play. But Brother Martin's got a 4th and less than a yard here inside the 10-yard line. And, this is a big play. And Brother Martin's got a good push, Chad, from the offensive line. So hopefully they can pick up this first down and put some points on the board.
4th and 1 at the 9-yard line. They'll go for it again. The ball on the right hash mark. They haven't had the ball in the center of the field yet. Here is Martin taking the snap. Gives to Smith. He's got the first down. And he fights forward close to the 6-yard line. A gain of 3 and a 1st and goal, Brother Martin at the 6.
And that's close. That wasn't a good exchange either. But credit Martin and Smith from going on the right side. Shocker. But it looks like Brother Martin.
Oh, by the way, short side again.
Not to complain, but I got to tell you, when you have 4th and 1 and you snap the ball in the shotgun 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, that drives me nuts.
You and Easton
in
Roth.
The rain.
Oh my
You and Easton Roth need to have a conversation.
We can do that.
In the rain.
Roth and I can have that conversation.
That guy's like dying 1,000 deaths. Watching his son's team do that stuff, he can't believe it. He's like, "You kidding me?"
I never thought I'd see the day to see Jade run that either.
1st and goal at the 6.
There you go.
In the end zone. Got it.
Touchdown. Straight up the middle. Jalen Spears finds a big cavity, exposes it, and Brother Martin has taken a 6-0 lead over St. Aug.
You know, that drive right there was a great job by the Crusader offense, especially that offensive line. And the thing that was difference between the first two drops, no penalties, Chad.
No penalties.
No penalties.
That makes
They were
all
to
the
finish
difference.
it.
That was a little tweak, too. That was a little counter play or a little sprint draw that looked like on the left side as opposed to the right side. So it kind of threw the defenders for the Purple Knights off a little bit. But good job, on that whole drive. You're right, Lenny. I mean, if you don't shoot yourself in the foot, I think these Crusaders, they do well every series.
Jack Landry for the extra point, snap, spot, kick up, and it
That's
is good. Timeout on the field. We have 8:49 to play in the first half. Brother Martin 7, St. Augustine nothing. This is Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Brother Martin High School educates young men for life with a focus on religious values, academic excellence, personal attention, and friendly discipline. Celebrating 50 years of Brother Martin High School and 150 years of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart in New Orleans, the Brothers of the Sacred Heart and lay partners have served the young men of New Orleans by providing Catholic education second to none. The strong tradition continues today. Visit BrotherMartin.com for more details.
Come visit a Brother Martin alumnus and get all of your prescription needs at Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank. We have friendly people there waiting to assist you with discount prices and great service. In 15 minutes or less, your prescriptions will be filled. Most insurance plans accepted as well as major credit cards, so come and visit us at Dave's Pharmacy, 1220 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. That's Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank, or call us for a prescription quote at 340-7516. Dave's Pharmacy. Crusaders on top, 7-0. Very impressive drive by Brother Martin to take the lead here. And the Crusaders on top 7-0 with 8:49 to play in the first half. And that's the kind of drive you're accustomed to seeing from Brother Martin. And it came through in very good shape with a drive of 12 plays, 60 yards, and 5 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock. Kickoff by Landry is high. It is deep. It is returnable from the 4. Upfield to the 10, and now the whistle sounded. Quest's knee touch? Quest's knee touched the ground.
2 yard
That
line,
is a
3
big
yard
deal
line.
at about the
Wow.
4-yard line. So St. Aug will be pinned back again. He went down to catch it. And, again, if your knee touches on this level,
done.
you're down.
Yeah, as he went to catch the ball, did his knee touch? And sure enough, the official called him, said his knee touch. That puts St. Aug very much in the hole. But going back to that last drive for a second here, Chad, 12 plays, 60 yards, that would be a drive that Bobby Conlon would be very proud of.
That'd be a typical drive for us. I mean, that's how we did
5
it.
yards a pop and just kind of milk the clock and just slowly strangle the defense.
Not necessarily out of shotgun, but
No, God, no.
Where's Steve Truding and Owen Reimer and Ron Mattingly when you
Troy
need them
Odo
anyway?
and-
Oh, now you're getting a little deeper, okay?
Yeah,
I'm going
exactly.
back in the
You're
early
going back in the
70s.
70s,
I'm
yeah.
going back to
Come
the
on.
state championship team.
Kenny
Come on, man.
Bordelon?
Grow a beard or
Kenny
something,
Bar-
would you? 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. That's when they won, man. That
Whoa,
was
whoa,
the day.
whoa.
I
We
told
won,
you that was the
Kenny.
day before
We
he was
won.
born, Kenny.
Motion into the formation by White. He slots there, and Woodson wants to throw from the end zone. Rolls right, could run. Makes a move.
Nice
What a
tackle.
nice form
Good
tackle.
tackle.
At about the 8-yard line. Boy, not going for the fake, and standing him up is Michael Faust. Made a
Fort
good
Faust
play.
did a great job there. He came up and just stuck the quarterback. He got a couple yards, but he really made him pay for those yards.
Yeah, open field tackle too.
That
so
was a big play.
good
Well,
job.
sure, because if he makes him miss, he's got a big play.
got a first
Instead,
down
it's a
at least.
4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line for St. Aug. Twin receivers, or make it 3 receivers left. Woodson fakes the draw, throws it inside, well behind his receiver. One of the quick slant to White, but he simply threw it behind him and missed his receiver.
Yeah, they had a trip left, Lenny, and Brother Martin switched to 2 safeties high, but the linebackers have to do a better job of recognizing that that's play action and get in the middle, because actually that was a better throw by Woodson. He's getting a first down.
3rd and 6
Big third
from
down.
the 8.
If you can stop them here, you're going to force a punt deep in their own territory.
Good time to blitz.
Again, same formation, 3 receivers left,
Here he
single right.
comes. Here he comes.
They audibling.
Woodson
Backing
taking his
off.
time, takes the snap, retreats to throw, looking, throwing into traffic, and almost intercepted. Boy, and the red shirts were all around it, and the nearest to the ball was Nick Turner. but it falls incomplete, and St. Aug's going to have to punt from their end zone.
Well, I tell you what, that was a great defensive series by the Crusaders. You know, you force St. Aug to punt from their own end zone, and their punter hasn't exactly boomed the ball here, so you should get great field position here, Chad. Maybe even take one for a great return, and boy, it'd be nice to go up 2 scores here as you head into the late into the second quarter.
Yeah, Chip Romano's son, Jack Romano, did a good job at outside linebacker, up against those 3 wide receivers, kind of playing a game with Woodson. Am I blitzing, am I not blitzing, going back and forth, and actually put a little pressure on him, overshot the receiver.
Woodson's now 0 for 5 passing in this game. Remember, he came in 50 of 73. Mims gets the punt off.
Good punt.
Wobbly
Nice punt.
kick. Fair catch call for Faust. Took it. And a good punt, but again, Brother Martin will have incredible field position. This has been a game of dominant field position for Brother Martin, and it's paid off. Crusaders on the St. Aug side of the field again, up 7-0 with 7:54 to play in the first half.
3 of the 4 drives for the Crusaders have started on the plus side of the field, but interestingly, the only drive they scored on was a long drive where they actually got to go 60, 70 yards. Going back to what you said a second ago, Chad, Drew Romano did a great job there. Luckily, he takes after his mother, not his father, as far as his athletic ability.
And looks. Thank God.
Wow.
Chip, you listening?
He's got to be a nice guy, too. I can't believe you guys are ragging him like that. 1st and 10, Brother Martin at the St. Aug 43.
Now, Chip's a good guy. Goes back to the Gerard Viking days, Lenny.
Oh, wow, Gerard Vikings.
Martin fakes, rolls right, looking in the flat,
Got
throws, and it's caught.
Field.
30, 25, 20, and down to about the 18-yard line. Beautiful throw. Victor Tomlinson is back. He's been out injured. He's no longer injured, and he makes a significant play here. Now, is there a flag?
It looks like
There is a flag on the play way back at about the 42-yard line.
That looks like a legal man downfield if I had a guess on that call.
I tell you what, Martin did a great job of rolling right.
It's going to be ineligible downfield. Wow.
And throwing across his body to hit the
man,
receiver. But that's an unfortunate situation. That they had a lineman that was downfield.
So it negates a big play for Brother Martin to Tomlinson on Martin's first completion. We have not seen a completed pass in this game yet.
No, and that was a beautifully thrown, across his body, running to the right, throwing back to the left. But, yeah, Brother Martin, as an offensive lineman, it's got to be hard. But you got to show restraint anytime it's rolling out.
It's kind of like the Chandler Rose quarterback days. No completions.
Exactly.
That's right.
It's very similar
That's what I was thinking.
The Chandler Rose stat line.
Three things happen when you throw the ball. 2 of them are bad.
What you got to do when you throw the ball? Not good going to happen.
Chad went weeks without a completion, Kenny. He went months without a completion.
1st and 15 from the 48. Gilead motions, and now we get timeout, Brother Martin. Mark Bonis didn't like something that he saw. I think the formation was wrong. He's yelling at a receiver on the far side of the field. Second timeout, Brother Martin. Guys, one of these days that this humidity is going to go away. We're actually going to be able to see through windows. I'm doing my very best here.
It's tough.
I mean, one of these days it's going to be below 90 degrees.
I love air conditioning, but we probably can't use it much longer. It's getting harder.
And look, it's like right here. It's all right here.
You come over here, Kenny. It looks pretty clear if you kind of scoot down on this.
Kind of impossible to do with the way we set up.
Well, I'll tell you, a couple weeks ago when we did the Easton game, it rained so much, Kenny, the press box on the other side. When I tell you we couldn't see anything,
you couldn't see anything. You're just guessing, right?
Yeah, we saw colors. That's about it. Jersey numbers, we could make them up. Nobody would know the difference.
We saw blobs moving back and forth on the field. That's about it.
And the rain, I'd never seen anything like this. The whole side of the field here in the end zone was completely underwater.
From about the 20 to the end zone. It was completely underwater.
They almost called the game, actually.
Speaking of rain, it has not stopped yet. It's been raining lightly since before the game, and it remains that way.
It's very dry in the press box, though.
It is very dry in the press box.
Foggy,
it's
but
delightful,
dry.
actually.
1st and 15 from the 48-yard line. Motion Gilead across the formation right. Snap it to Martin. He wants to throw it. Bubble screen. Boy, looks good.
45-50. There you go. Go. Get outside.
35-30, 25-20 and down.
No flags.
Inside
Great
the 20.
Call.
Down to the 16-yard line. Beautifully executed. Boy, that was set up perfectly. And Brother Martin strikes with the big play and a first down. You got to love that as that was executed perfectly to Devon Moore, who showed his speed.
Lenny, great call. Gilliard motioning from left to right, kind of pulling the safety's eyes to the left, and then Martin doing a good job, wide receiver screen in the middle of the field to kind of bring everything back to the left side. And man, perfectly executed play by the Crusaders.
Yeah, really great job setting that play up. Big first down.
The 16-yard line, the first down for Brother Martin. 36 yards on the completion. Motion left. Running inside. Spears fighting hard. And another
Late
flag down. You know that's not good when it's thrown in the middle of a running play. So hold everything. First completion.
Face mask. Face mask, yeah.
Be a first down.
It's going to be a first.
It's got to be half the
face
distance.
mask, as mentioned.
So it'll be first and short. I can never get these high school rules straight, Kenny.
Well, this will be half the distance.
Automatic first down
gotta
on
be
face
goal,
mask.
huh?
It'll be
First and
first
goal?
down over again.
No. Yeah, so it'll be first and 3.
4.
Putting the ball down at the 9-yard line.
What's a good 1st and 3 call, Len?
Anything? You had left first and 3.
The first down. Give it to Spears.
That's a good
Cuts
first
back
and
at the
3 call.
5,
Get up.
3, 2, 1.
Great
He's
job.
at the end zone. Touchdown. Brother Martin.
Great job. Came back with the counter play. Lenny, same play they scored on last time, but to the other side. Great job by Spears. Being patient. Both these running backs, Smith and Spears, being really patient, letting the offensive line work on their double teams and getting to the next level with the linebackers, getting that push, finding the hole, and finding the goal line.
Yeah, that was a really good job again by the Crusader. I'm going to give those guys up front. The offensive line for the Crusaders have done a great job. Dominating the line of scrimmage. Chad did a great job for all 4 series and scored two touchdowns.
Extra point by Landry is up, and it is good. So a timeout on the field with 6:51 to play in the first half. Brother Martin up 14-0 on St. Augustine and looking very good in the process. We'll keep it right here as the Crusaders take advantage of the short field. Nice little bubble screen underneath, worked beautifully to set up the touchdown run by Spears. And Brother Martin starting to really get things going offensively.
Yeah, and look, I don't want to overlook what the defense has been doing, Lenny. The defense really set that whole drive up, holding St. Aug's offense, back on the other side of the 20. So in order for that whole drive to start, we started to drive on half the field, which has been like that most of the game. So kudos to Brother Martin's defense. Hopefully we can keep it up, eliminate the big plays, and just do a good job getting the ball back to the offense.
Going back, I've seen this movie before. 2 of the last 3 years, Brother Martin's been up big in this football game, and they've let St. Aug hang around. So I got to tell you, this is a big, big defensive series for the Crusaders. If they can get out of this series and without any points, get the ball back and maybe score again before halftime, I'm going to feel very good. But, in 2000, I guess it was 16 and 15, they had big leads and just kind of like I said, let them hang around.
Half, yeah.
And just kind of ended up losing at the end. So this is a huge series for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and I'm okay playing this possession-type football.
Absolutely.
Just keep them pinned on their side of the field, and, we'll take our shots, and we'll have those long drives. And
just
I'm
don't
okay
give up
with
the
that.
big play defensively. This is,
It's going to be interesting to see what St. Aug does, though, to kind of counter. I expect them.
Oh, this is a good football team. They're gonna.
I expect them to try to air it out a little bit.
It's a little tough with the rain, though.
Here's the kickoff.
Nice
Good kick.
Nicely done. Booms it into
Nice
the end
kick.
zone.
There
That's a
you go.
touchback. So a very good touch.
Man, where's that been? We
I
were watching
haven't seen that in 10
Time to
years.
do your work again.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to see what's going on.
we were watching the pooch kicks for the
Yeah.
past 3 weeks. Now all of a sudden he's
3
booting in the end
weeks.
zone.
That's like 6 years.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Bang that one deep beautifully.
Where's he been hiding?
So it will be St. Aug ball at its own 20-yard line with 6:51 to play in the first half. St. Aug has had terrible field position throughout. They haven't been able to get out of it either. And
Yeah, they had the one drive where they had the big 28-yard run, but other than that, Kenny, you're right, nothing.
starting at their own 20, quick snap, running right, nothing there. Bailey got a yard. So 1 yard for Bailey, and in the hole waiting for him was Jacob Dickinson.
I'm a little surprised that St. Aug's not trying to air their ball out a little bit more here. Not to get the desperation time, we're only in the second quarter, but they've had very little success running the ball in the first quarter and a half of this football game.
Yeah, and their personality has to change with their big running back out. with him, it's a different story. He can fall forward, he can move, move defenders, but that's not happening with the smaller backs. 2nd and 9 of the 21. Woodson retreating as time. Going to throw deep down the middle. Receiver went down, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Wow. He's lucky, Strombo, lucky he didn't get called for a penalty right there.
A little bit of contact, and he went down.
Yeah, he was actually playing press coverage with no safety behind him, which is interesting up in the boundary. But, the wide receiver for St. Aug was running, looked like a skinny post route and slipped, or feet got tangled up with the cornerback, but could have easily been called for pass interference.
Big 3rd down.
3rd down and 9 yards to go from the 21. Woodson is now 0 for 6 passing in this game. They'll put receivers, 3 of those to the left, isolation on the right side of the field for Joseph Miller.
Well, the Martins matched up, one safety.
Skinny motion, back to pass Woodson, looking for the screen. It's not there.
Get there.
Got away from one. He's in trouble. He's gone nowhere. Woodson is stopped at the 20.
Come on, guys.
That'll be a sack for Brother Martin. Their 2nd, and Woodson's down at the 20 for a loss of 1.
I tell you what, great coverage there, Chad, by the secondary, but also great pressure up front.
Yeah, if it's 3rd and 8, so the quarterback's got to sit back there and let the receivers run their routes, but you can't when those big 4 up front, Brown, West, Lebe and Hurley, they're doing a great job of getting some push up front. So we're talking about Brother Martin's offensive line. Their defensive line right here is doing a great job of getting pressure.
So a timeout here, 5:56 because of the water break. 5:56 to play in the half. And 14-0 St. Aug. You're not hearing bands because of the rain, folks. And, the Brother Martin band's retreated. Get those instruments out of the rain. St. Aug band's kind of doing the same. Usually you'd be hearing them the whole time when the opposing team's on offense, and not tonight because of the rain.
Kenny, I want to tell you, as we're looking at the crowd here and everybody's got umbrellas up and the bands are kind of going underneath the stadium, I wanted to tell you how much I appreciate being up here in the press box with you.
Well, it's always nice to be in the press box with you guys, but it's even better when you can actually see what's going on.
Right.
So these these high school facilities are unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
They build these things, and they have windows that don't open, and you've got humidity and condensation, air conditioning.
Well, I paid my $75 to the Friends of City Park.
You go to Joe Yenny and Haas Memphis. They got 3 windows that open, but that's it. So they just
but
don't.
It never fogs up.
They don't understand how to build these things and give you a chance to do your job. It's incredible.
But you do a great job, Kenny. So we'll get through it.
Punt is away, wobbly spiral. Drives Faust back, caught it at the 44 with a fair catch. And once again,
I'll play
Brother
this
Martin
game
plays
all day.
with a short field. That's been awesome. The case. If they can get another score before they have, they can take total control of this game.
Going back to the weather for 1 second, my friend is up in South Bend at the Notre Dame-Stanford game today, and he sent me a little text this morning. He said he woke up, it was sunshine and 46 degrees.
46 degrees. My refrigerator isn't even 46 degrees inside.
It's a little warmer in here.
It is now, but that's the only way we're going to have half a chance to see, at least for a little bit. I don't know if there's a solution like open the door. I have no idea.
We may try at halftime.
I'm not a scientist, and obviously my education doesn't avail to me the opportunity to figure out this stuff since my window absolutely stinks, and yours
Mine's is pretty good here, Kenny.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see everything.
On 1st down, counterplay right, but before that happens, we have whistles again.
Timeout? It's got to be. There's no flags.
Yeah, I think another timeout was taken by St. Aug. It was. So each team has taken a couple and have one left.
Well, but this is a big series. Once again, I mentioned a second ago, that was a big defensive series for the Crusaders. And, boy, if they can put some points here on the board, here, guys, that would be big going into halftime. You look
Gave
at
them 3,
6
even
minutes,
a field goal.
Played very well, and you'd be able to run the ball. They've thrown the ball pretty well. And tell you what, you've really dominated the trenches, so to speak. And they keep that up and feel very good about this football game.
Yeah, if we've been taking up 5-6 minute drives, so if Brother Martin, just keeps their cool, keeps their head, keeps driving the ball, the offensive line, I don't see them, backing down to the challenge any. But
great field position again. You're looking at the 43-yard line to start this drive, short field.
Brother Martin will start it. It's 43, 5:36 to play in the first half. Crusaders are up 14-0. And Martin will start the drive in shotgun as always. Smith in the backfield with him. Take the snap, fakes it, rolls right, heavy pressure, got a block, spins around, got away from one, but goes down near the line of scrimmage. He did everything he could to get back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And St. Aug read that very well. They kind of got the pressure. He faked the handoff to the halfback, and then Martin tried to roll out to the right, but St. Aug was there to stop that. Martin did a good job, though, just getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Give him a yard, 2nd and 9 to the 44. So he inched it across that 43 mark. 2nd down and 9. Snap it, he rolls to the wide side this time.
Run it.
Rolling left, he throws behind the receiver, Tomlinson, who had a step or two. And again, not easy to throw on the run, especially going to your left if you're right-handed.
No, and that's that same play, Lenny. They ran it last drive where Martin ran out to the right through the left. This time he's running out to his left, where he actually probably could have ran for a first down.
Yep, I agree.
But he chose to hit that curl route that's kind of thrown across his body. For a right-handed quarterback is really difficult.
Both were open, the run and the pass, and unfortunately threw it behind the receiver.
So it's 3rd down and 9 from the 44. Back to pass, Martin rolling right now. Martin looking, Martin throwing deep down the sideline.
Got him.
It is caught.
Wow, great catch.
Great catch by Brady Faust. Faust is all the way down to the St. Aug 22 with a first down. That's 34 yards.
I tell you what, that was a great throw and a great catch by Brady Faust. He kind of rolled out to the right here. Chad Martin had rolled out. Faust got behind the corner and in front of the safety.
Yeah. Underthrown ball kind of went over the cornerback to make that catch. Great concentration.
1st and 10 at the St. Aug 22. Brother Martin on the move again with a real opportunity to open this game up. And a run right.
There you go.
Cut back is nice inside the 20 to the 19. Picks up about 3. Chris Smith on the carry.
Yeah, that sprint draw is working really good for him, Lenny, where Smith is actually taking that first step to where it looks like it's to the outside and then cutting back hard to that inside and giving his time for the offensive lineman to get some push. You know, being real patient, getting 4 yards a pop.
Very impressed by the Crusader offense so far this football game.
2nd down and 7 from the 19-yard line. Twin running backs in the backfield with Martin. Sends a man in motion left. Gives it inside to Spears. Spears is wrapped up at about the 18. Short gain on that play. And well played for St. Aug by Terrence Hampton.
Yeah, it's a big 3rd down. Looking about 3rd and about 6 here coming up, kind of inside the 20-yard line. Got a couple options here. Running the ball well, but, Martin's done a good job here, Chad, throwing the ball in the last couple series. So kind of interesting to see what Coach Bonise decides to dial up here.
Yeah, we got trips to the wide side of the field. I wouldn't be
3rd and
surprised.
6 on the 18 as St. Aug jumped.
Looks like a 3rd and
nobody
job.
moved
Good
for
job.
Brother Martin. That's offside St. Aug. And that's going to be a 3rd and 1 instead.
Well, that changes things. That makes things a little bit easier, doesn't it?
And that's what happens when you get an over-aggressive defense that's looking to,
Try and make
stop
a play.
a running
Yeah,
back that
exactly.
they haven't had any success with. Good job by Brother Martin changing up the count.
When you look at this one, you look at probably 2-down territory unless something comes up with a big negative play on 3rd down. Should be able to pick this up. They're getting a good push so far in this football game. So I would expect the Crusaders to put a nice run up the middle and hopefully get this first down.
I'd like to see Martin pull the ball and run to the outside.
3rd and 1 from the 13. Running left, gives ground.
Get up.
Trying to get the corner. Smith is going to be hit and drilled. He's hit hard and it's hit for a loss at about the 15.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Brother Martin kind of went out of their comfort zone. Lenny kind of bounced it to the outside. They've been having so much success between the tackles.
Yeah,
well, that time they tried to bounce it outside to the wide side, and they've done nothing to the wide side. It's always been to the short side.
Yeah, there was nothing there. He tried to go up the middle. He tried to run off tackle, but there was nothing there. He tried to bounce to the outside, and unfortunately couldn't get to the corner. Lost a couple yards, brings up 4th down. Looks like they're going to try the field goal.
Jack Landry will come on to try a field goal. 31 or 32 yards, depends on where the holder will spot it down. Setting himself around the 22. It'll be a 32-yard attempt by Landry, left hash.
Come on.
Snap low, spot down, kick
Get in
is
there.
up, and it is
Good.
There you go.
Nice job by the holder, Faust, to get that ball down.
Yeah, give Faust the credit on that one. He did a good job. It was not a great snap in the world, and he was able to get the ball planted and spotted for the kicker, and great kick there. Landry was able to get the 3 points.
Yeah, burnt some time off the clock, got 3 points out of the deal. Good job by the Brother Martin Crusaders. I do wish, I think they did kind of blow the opportunity, though, Lenny. It would have been a great time to kind of see Martin pull the ball and try to get that first down, because I think St. Aug's getting really keyed on the running backs right now, trying to stop that sprint draw, that inside zone. I think they have an opportunity to pull and let Martin kind of run to the outside.
You know, we're looking at about 2 minutes and 2:16 left before halftime, and I remember when Coach Marks used to talk to us and playing defense back in the day, and, you know, the last thing you want to do is give up a quick score right before halftime.
Yeah,
They can change the momentum of a football game here. And
that's when you want to do it. Yeah.
Boy, it would be nice to stop them here again and get to halftime either up 17-0 or even more if you can help it. You don't want to give up a cheap points here before half.
Because St. Aug gets the ball back.
Exactly, especially with St. Aug getting the ball to start the second half.
17-0. Brother Martin on top. 2:16 to play in the half. Good job by Faust there, and a good job by Landry.
Hey, and we're talking about Brother Martin's offense and defense having a good half. You know, the special teams have really done well. The punters and the cover teams have done really well, pinning St. Aug, you know, back on their side of the field.
They have. Very good job. Making St. Aug go the length of the field and really having great field position for the Brother Martin offense to start most of their drives, if not all of them.
That drive went 7 plays, 42 yards. 3:22 off the clock. Landry a 32-yard field goal, and he bangs the kickoff high and deep. Returnable from the 1. 5, White to the 10. White trying to bounce outside. Red shirts are everywhere. He's engulfed. Great coverage back at about the 12. And once again, St. Aug is pinned back. That has been the theme of this first half.
And I'm floored. I mean, I've seen Brother Martin, you know, do the pooch kicks, Lenny, that if he got it to the 25-yard line, we were hooping and hollering. He's kicking it consistently inside the 5, which is amazing.
Yeah, he tried to pooch kick last year against Schuylerville and ended up getting a touchdown and ended up losing the game that way. So it's nice to have a kicker that can get the ball
deep. He's finally eating his Wheaties.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I tell you, if you have a kicker who can get the ball into the end zone, that is such a weapon in high school football.
1st and 10 from the 12. St. Aug scrimmages with 2:08 to play in the half. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. I say that because Brother Martin gets a stop. They could get it back if St. Aug stops the clock. They're going to run it, though, and Bailey's not going anywhere. Oh, he should have tackled. Never mind. And another tackle and another. Boy, Bailey got big yardage out of nothing. Really good run by Mahmoud Bailey as Brother Martin was unable to wrap up. And he bounces it all the way out to the 25 for a first down, a gain of 13.
That's a shame because we had him, Lenny, at the line of scrimmage. And, give credit to Bailey for, keeping his feet moving and breaking some tackles.
He's been their whole offense here, 44 yards on 7 carries. 1st and 10, 25. Quick throw outside to White. Got one block. Runs across the field. Shook 2 tackles. Looking for another block. Shook another tackle. 30. Steps out of bounds at about the 35. He ran a mile and might have the first down. Depends on the mark.
Yeah, that was the best looking broken play I've ever seen. Lenny looked like a wide receiver screen to the right that totally collapsed. And, good job breaking it all the way back to the left. Getting 9 yards.
Mark it at the 33, 2nd and 2, a gain of 8. So that's the first completion by Woodson. Wants to throw again. He does. Inside. That's open and caught. Nice spin move. And a nice job of escaping a tackle. Kai Matthew all the way to midfield and a first down. And suddenly they have something going.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Going right before halftime, Chad. There, kind of get a little something going. You let the guy get away on first down, get a big play, and then a wide receiver screen, picks up the first down, then a nice little curl right there. Got to stop there. Got to tighten up on defense here.
Yeah, and that's how Curtis scored. That's how Curtis scored last week. It was a missed tackle by the cornerback on the outside for a little curl route that went the distance. So Brother Martin's got to do a better job, especially with the cornerbacks wrapping up, keeping everything in front of
17 yards on that play to midfield.
Looks like an injury
first
time.
Down. We do have an injury on the far side of the field for St. Aug. That's Josh White. He gets up and he'll limp off. Takes his helmet off. I don't think they had to burn a timeout. Officials are talking about it now. Remember, they only had 1 timeout left. And they're talking about it right now.
Looks like St. Aug trying to set the ball ready for play, so Brother Martin better get set defensively.
I tell you, I would think twice about playing man up too. I think I would have that 2 safety high look with the 2 hard cornerbacks to kind of keep everything in front, Lenny. Make you tackle and keep that clock
First
running.
and 10 at midfield. with 1:18 left, clock running, and now a give to Bailey running left.
Wrap up.
There you go.
And that's going to
Big
eat some
play.
time. He only got
Yeah,
2 yards.
No timeouts left.
They only have one timeout left. That's why I'm surprised they called that play.
That's going to take 30 seconds off the clock.
That's right. Bailey with 2 yards, 2nd and 8, and clock's running under a minute to play, and they're not ready to run a play. Really surprised by that call. And they're taking a lot of time getting ready here.
Yeah, you're going to be
Clock's now down
under
to 50 seconds and still counting. 2nd down and 8. Boy, they ate up a ton of time here. And a long count. He takes the snap. Wants to throw. Pressure's on. He got it off. Caught underneath.
Keep it ahead.
Great
Good tackle.
Job.
Basically nothing there, and the clock will run unless they call timeout.
I tell you, great
Pass
play
complete
there.
to DeAndre Cooper.
Great open field tackle by Luke Schneckschneider there on that play there, Chad.
Yeah, he was playing strong safety, and he was covering everything kind of short to the outside. Good job by him wrapping up. There was really a lot of space out there. I think St. Aug wanted to go deep, but the Crusaders put some pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure.
And now they
Woodson
had to
just
burn the
couldn't get to it.
timeout, so none left with 32 seconds
Yeah, that
left.
was a 35-second play, almost 40 seconds.
Yeah, that was just not a good call that they made on that running play. If you have multiple timeouts,
You can do that.
you can run the ball. But when you've only got one timeout and just over a minute left, you got to throw the football.
You got to throw it.
Yeah,
Nobody's there, throw it out of bounds, but you got to have the clock stop.
sure.
Yeah, big 3rd down coming up here, though,
Yeah, 3rd and 7 at the Brother Martin 47.
32 seconds left here. If you could stop them here, force them to punt. Maybe, who knows what happens. They haven't actually been able to punt the ball very far here tonight. Maybe take the ball in halftime. If you get a good return, who knows what happens. But big 3rd down here for the Crusader
Yeah,
defense.
and look for Schneckschneider Romano coming from the outside blitz from their linebacker strong safety positions to try to get some pressure on Woodson.
Going trips left.
So from the 47, 3rd down and 7. Shotgun Woodson. 3 receivers left, and again the whistle sound.
Timeout.
Timeout, Brother Martin. So they're out of timeouts. So might as well use them all, right?
You can't
You can't
save
carry him. Can't carry him over.
Don't have to worry about any more timeouts here in the half. That's for sure. So with 32 seconds left in the half, timeout, Brother Martin. 17-0 Crusaders. They have controlled the first half, and they have owned the field position from the very start.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few, if not only, times we saw St. Aug on Brother Martin's side of the field. This
First
half.
time, I believe.
Yeah, but Brother Martin, I really do. If they keep everything in front, Lenny, and just wrap up, make good open field tackles, easier said than done against this, potentially potent St. Aug offense. They can go in the halftime with a 17-0 lead, but I would definitely think about bringing some heat on Woodson. He's too good of a quarterback. Just let him sit out there, and
he's got
let him
Quest
put
in
the
the
ball down and
backfield
run.
with him. They did cross midfield at the 49 once earlier in the game. That's it. 3rd down and 7 from the 47. Quest, the running back. And Woodson
Fumble.
dropped the snap, picks it up.
Get
He's
there.
under heavy
Get there.
pressure.
There you go.
He'll go
Good
down.
job.
Sacked back at the 50-yard line.
That's going to do it halftime.
And that should run the clock. And it's 4th down anyway.
Let's see what they decide to do.
back up, guys.
Labe gets the sack.
Come on, back up.
Victory
for
defense.
Brother Martin.
Victory defense.
Quick
Victory
snap,
defense.
4th down. He wants to throw. He's going to roll left. He's going to stop.
sugar.
He's going to gut it
Oh,
deep. There's a
geez.
receiver down there. He's going to catch the ball inside the 10, inside
You gotta
the
be kidding
5, and down to the 1 with 2 seconds, 1 second, and
That's
the
it.
half
Halftime.
ends.
Unfreaking believable.
The half ends. Coatney caught it. Now let's make sure they don't put another second on the clock. You never know.
Brother Martin can't get off the field fast enough down here on the bench. But I don't know.
The one thing you couldn't do is that.
Well, they got a Brother Martin Crusader defender on the.
I think
on the
they
ground
might give
right
him
now.
another
They're gonna give him
second or
another
2,
play.
guys. And
I agree.
about
They probably should. It was 3 seconds when
it
he
looked
cut
like
that.
he might have had 2 seconds left based on what I was looking at. Brother Martin players are running to the locker room. Officials are still on the field. St. Aug's still on the field. The Brother Martin defense is still on the field.
That's what I was afraid. I mean, I don't understand why Brother Martin was not in a victory type
They weren't ready.
three
They weren't
safety
ready.
deep type formation. It's just that behooves me that a St. Aug wide receiver can get behind you with 5 seconds left on the clock.
47 yards. They mark it at the 3. And they could kick a field goal here, and I think that might be what they try to do. Jerron Marks is their kicker. And
the clock should start as soon as the ball's set ready for play.
Because you don't have any timeouts left.
And they're lined up for a field goal right now.
Let's see how many seconds they decide to put on the clock here.
That's a great question.
As Coach Bonise comes running off the field, I don't know.
And again, the clock should start here. This will be an 18-yard field goal. There's no time on the clock. So snap it, spot it, kick it.
No, he missed
it. And he hit the upright to end the half. He hit the left upright to end the half. So on the last play in the half, it's a missed field goal by Marks. Hits the left upright.
No time on the clock. That's amazing.
It's amazing in that the opportunity existed. It's halftime, and it's 17-0, Brother Martin. And what a strange ending to the half.
Well, it was a very strange ending, but worked out for the Crusaders. They almost did what I said they couldn't do, is that give up points right before halftime, but they didn't. Still 17-0 as we go into the second half, and great defensive stop there. Unfortunately, he made
another Catholic League guy went to that Severn school, so we got a whole bunch of good ones here tonight. So all good. Hey, listen, always talk about that. It's a great league, really good people everywhere you go.
It is.
And I was over there today on the West Bank. Man, they treated me like royalty. I can't tell you how nice the people are everywhere you go in this league. Over there, Mark Williams, the principal, wonderful guy, did the game with me today. Terrific guy. Tom Aleph, the athletic director at Shaw, just a tremendous person and consummate pro. I mentioned Tommy Connors earlier. Godspeed to him. He's a good young coach, and it's tough when you don't have the players to try to compete with really good people, but he can coach, and it'll be just a matter of time of getting players. He is a Shaw guy, and he loves that school, was a great player. He's a fine coach. He'll do a good job. So good people there. Mentioned the game here last night with Jesuit and Holy Cross. Phenomenal crowd. Two great programs and great traditions there, and good people there on both sides. Mark Sanji had him on the radio show this morning. Class act, Brother Martin grad, who's done a really good job there and has a very fine team this year. David Morrow, their athletic director, great guy. Pleasure to deal with. Peter Kernian runs the school, really nice man as well. Holy Cross, same thing. Sean Martin, good man. Ronnie Cornick's my dear friend, great guy. Guy LeCompte's a really good football coach. He'll make a difference, as he did at Mandeville. Really good.
Having that coaching shake-up, that's amazing. Now how far that school's come around and really built another solid program.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a really good coach. I watched his teams play at Mandeville for years. They're extremely well coached, and anytime JT Curtis is a big fan of another coach, it tells you something. He raves all the time about that guy, says what a really good coach he is, and he is. And, of course, the people at St. Augustine with Baron Ray, the athletic director, and their fine football coach, Nathaniel Jones. The entire administration been very good to us and really appreciate them and done a lot of their games this year. Very much a pleasure to deal with. JT Curtis and John Curtis. Appreciate JT, and he treats me fine, and I know he appreciates high school sports in general. Good people. The Rummel people, obviously. Strange not talking about Phil Greco. He's there for like 100 years. He's not there anymore.
I know. He's now in the booth, huh? He's now calling games. Good for him. He hired me at Rummel. Great guy.
Great guy. What a terrific guy. And
the gecko monster.
Great guy. The thing about Phil is that he understands, because he did this. I mean, he was a coach for all those years, so he understands what coaches need to be successful and works very hard to give it to them.
I'd say he was the epitome of what an athletic director should be. If anybody's going in that profession, I would highly advise you to talk to Coach Greco, because there was never a time when I was coaching at Rummel where I felt that I couldn't go to him for anything, and I always felt like he got my back with administration or with other parents, or he was always a good person that could defend and represent the coaching staff, and never ever did I feel like I couldn't go to him with an issue. But he's a great guy. I'm glad he's still around high school football, because he needs it.
He's enjoying the broadcasting now, and a really good man. Jay Roth, of course, now the athletic director and coach there. Mark Milano, who runs that school. Good people, but
Class
again, it epitomizes this league. Yeah, you guys played against
absolutely
same year, right?
We did.
Yeah.
I still got the bruises on my ribs from Mark Milano.
I'm sure you won that game. I'm just thinking about that. He was a good football player. So
great football player.
They weren't that
He made
good
up for Mike Weibel's absence on the defensive line. But
they weren't that good then. He was good. Yeah,
no, they were good. They had good players. Brad Bacall was quarterback for a long time on those teams.
He was a good quarterback. He was
very good quarterback.
Rusty Rome was a running back.
Very
they had
good
Bush Johnson. They had a bunch of good players on that team.
Just that the league was so good. You had so many good players, and they had their
guy coaching in the NFL right now was a Shaw quarterback, and they had some good players.
As we reach the halfway point of the season here, Kenny, it's kind of interesting as I've watched a bunch of these games. As you look, we'll get into the playoffs in a second, but as you look at the Catholic League, I think you can honestly say John Curtis is the class of this league to
no
speak
doubt.
of.
Clearly.
And I think you can take pretty much, it's kind of shaken out a little bit up, but I said a couple weeks ago you can take Brother Martin, Jesuit, Rummel, Holy Cross, and St. Aug and throw them up in the air, and they can come down in any order, and nobody would be surprised.
I agree. I mean, it's changed because, as recently as 2 or 3 years ago, up until 2 or 3 years ago, it was Rummel, and you had to beat Rummel. John Curtis joins the league, and all of a sudden, the first year they get beat, but they just go out and they get better players. They make adjustments, and they win, and they're the best team. So now, and then St. Augustine, as we mentioned, the last couple of years has been very close. Brother Martin had a really good run with some outstanding athletes that put them in a great position over the last 5 or 6 years.
It's always been competitive.
Holy Cross has gotten better, and the reason they got better is because they got better up front, and they can compete. Their defensive front now is as good as any. Jesuit had their magical year in 2014. Slipped back a bit, but they're good. I've seen them 3 times this year. That's a good football team. Don't sell Rummel short. They're getting better. They're getting their players back, and they've got some skill. They're pretty good, and I'm impressed with what I've seen in the first half here tonight from Brother Martin. So again, I agree with you. I don't think anybody else sticks out like a sore thumb. If I had to pick right now a second team, I'd pick Jesuit probably. But that said, nothing would surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Brother Martin beat them.
I tell you,
Jesuit beat them. A Rummel beat them.
Let me ask you this, Ken. You follow this closer than just about anybody. As you look statewide in the Division I playoffs, Scotlandville's not what it was.
It's John Curtis, Catholic, and Evangel.
Is Evangel still up there?
They're still good. They're 2 and 3, but look at who they played.
They played a bunch of teams.
They played the 6A champions in Texas, the 6A champions in Arkansas, and the 5A champions in Texas. I mean, nobody will play them, so they have to play these massive schools that are like 5 times bigger than them.
And they do really well.
And they're getting their butts kicked, and it tells them, they're not as good. Yeah, well, you might want to think again.
Yeah, right. So the answer is it's November if they're not as good.
The answer is it's those 3 teams. If you're asking me, look, to me, Gabe Fertitta's done a great job at Catholic. What they did last year was sensational, continuing on what Dale Weiner had done.
Coach Held, too.
And that's an extremely well-coached team. They're a good football team. They play a hell of a schedule, and that's why they're ready. They're good up front. That's it, guys. When you're good up front, you can line up. That's how they're able to beat Curtis in a championship game last year. They could stand up to them, and they did, and that's how they're able to beat them. So I put them right there. I'd probably put them second. Keep in mind, they've beaten Evangel twice now in the playoffs.
Wow.
The last 2 times they played them, and they beat them at Evangel. Yeah. So nobody else has won at Evangel other than Catholic High in 200 games. Think about that. So,
Rummel had a chance last year. And
if Rummel would have been healthy last year, they'd have beaten them. They were missing 4 starters, including their best player.
Well, they went up there to Burden, beat Burden, had to go right back up.
Yeah, they had 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I mean, if they would have had their players in that game, and I'm saying this objectively, just talking to my friends in Shreveport that were there and saw the game, Charlie Cavell in particular, who does the Bird games, Charlie said, we played them last week, and if they had that guy playing, but they were also missing their running back, and they were missing their other receiver.
It's a different team.
They said they would have beaten them. Yeah. He said, they did a really good job. They stopped Evangel, and they just couldn't make any plays because Evangel's defense was very good.
Well,
Catholic beat Evangel 2 times in the kicking game and with a turnover. So that's how they were able to beat them. So if you don't think that third aspect of the game is important, you're crazy. Separates winners from losers. Always has, always
It's
will.
going to be a little different this year because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe McKinley's not eligible for playoffs.
They're not.
So they're down to 12 teams. That means 4 get buys.
Sure.
You're playing 8. And
right.
Obviously, but unfortunately, you can have rematches here in the first round of the playoffs.
Right. And Scotlandville's not as good. They're
St.
still
Paul's is not
solid.
bad, but they're not quite what they
I saw them last night. They struggled with Hammond a little bit.
They did, but they're capable, okay? I've seen them too. And
good quarterback.
On a given night,
really
they've got size up front. They got a really good athletic quarterback. So I would certainly give them a chance. But to me, this year, and I give Catholic all the respect in the world, but they're all going to have to beat Curtis. This is the best Curtis team I've seen since 2012, hands down.
Yeah, when Curtis has a quarterback, that can run the ball, you're in
want
trouble.
To be on the other side of the bracket and hope for the best.
Right.
Well, when you see Curtis actually pitching the ball in the option, which they're doing,
and the quarterback's running it
that
too.
That tells you they got everything because Guggenheim can throw the ball too, and he's a terrific runner.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's who do you stop? When
that's
it's
the
a
whole
true
thing.
triple option.
It's going to break out at some point. You've got to be able to move the ball on them and possess
Control
the
the
football.
clock. Yeah,
be nice to make a big play against them, but And I'll tell you, the one thing they have struggled with in the last few years, which is kind of strange, is the kick game. Rummel had 2 big kick returns against them the last couple of years. Brother Martin had 2 big kick returns against them last week, which actually kept them at least in the area code against them. But my point is that they're giving up plays in the kicking game, which is highly unusual for John Curtis. So we'll see. Look, they're very good. I think they're the team to beat. I don't think there's any doubt that that's the case. I'm very intrigued to see them play Jesuit next week because Jesuit up front can line up with them probably better than anybody else in this league. They can line up front and compete with them. Now, Jesuit doesn't have the speed that John Curtis has, so that could be a separator. But at least in terms of interior, that's the one team that can line up with him. And, of course, Jesuit's a well-coached team. So we'll see how that goes. There's a long way to go. This thing's early in the process. And right now, Brother Martin's got a 17-0 lead over St. Augustine at the half. They've performed very well here in the first half of this one. And the key here is to see if they can continue that success in the second half of play. You know, and talking to Jeff Wooten earlier today, who's seen a lot of these games and coaching a lot of these games when he was at Shaw and everything else. And Jeff just talks about, he says, you know, it's unbelievable. It's so much fun to watch these games in this league, to be part of these games, and to try to coach against the people you coach against. And the games that you have are memorable. It's very special. And it's like that when you talk to everybody across the board. I kind of laugh at Scott Bain's father now because
he's at Jesuit.
He gets paid the big bucks just to call plays. Yeah. He doesn't have the pressure on him anymore. You know, what a deal, man. What a deal. Great coach. You don't suddenly become a bad coach. When you don't have players, you can't win.
Right, but I'm glad he's still in the league. You know, he's doing a good job with Coach Sanji over at Jesuit, and you know, they got something special. So it's good that Coach Bain's father, and I know he had some family issues too over the past couple of years, doing really well. But you know, speaking of that, Coach Bonice too. You know, seeing the success he has.
We pray for Amy Bain's father continuously with a very serious situation she's dealt with over time, and we pray for Mighty Mark Bonice every day.
Absolutely.
And Rebecca and the girls. Just special.
I do. I look at my 2-year-old and my kids, and you know, I thank God every day for their health, and I can't imagine Coach Bonice doing the job he's doing with you know, with his son. But you know, it's progressing. I know he's got a long road ahead, but you know, like I said that before, the Brother Martin alumni and community are definitely behind him, and they have all our prayers, and you know, we hope the best for Big Mark.
You bet. Really good people, and just so much enjoy the relationships that we've built over such an extended period of time with these fine schools and the people that represent them and the alumni all over the place. There's not a day goes by I don't run into somebody that went to one of these schools, and we reminisce about games and talk about, you know, oh, you called my son's game, or you remember when I was in high school and played against your team and everything else. Yeah, happens all the time. It's especially difficult when your younger sister introduces you to her boyfriend and her eventual husband years ago, and the guy says, oh, you went to that school? Yeah. I hate them. He beat us 7-6 in the quarterfinals.
But you don't remember what he did yesterday.
And then when he tells me who he was, I said, that was you? So yeah, that guy made about 13 tackles in that game at Onville when I was a senior in Rummel, and he was really good. And he was so mad because they missed an extra point. It was a 7-6 game.
Yeah, been there before.
Yeah, oh boy. And I hear you. Where's
on
Eric?
On the wrong side.
Where are you, Eric?
Right there.
Eric's listening.
Right there.
He's listening.
Eric's always listening.
He texts me a couple times during this game. He's listening.
I guarantee you. So
brutal.
But I mean, it's amazing. You run into that kind of stuff all the time, and it's like my response to him was, well, A, you were a really good football player, and B, I had nothing to do with you missing that extra point. Or not you, but your
Don't take it out on me.
So I'm sorry. I really am. I apologize.
The interesting part about all this is, you know, you sit there and you think about all those games, and the best part is, Shane, is every year that goes by, we get better and better.
We did.
Absolutely.
We did.
It's amazing anybody scored on.
And the stories grow larger and larger.
I think our record was like 25-2 now our senior year.
We should have been.
Is that right?
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
That 89 team was a special team to be able to accomplish what it accomplished and to get to the title game. Having to go to North Louisiana, play a great team, and outlast that team in what seemed like about 5 hours. Unbelievable win. And I still think to this day it took a lot out of that football team, which is not to say that you would have won the next week. That team was too good.
They were very good.
Yeah, we actually were talking about this before the game, about that game. And, you know, as you look back and you think about it, we played that team 10 times. We may win twice. Just wasn't that night. It just wasn't that night. A couple plays went
Yeah,
kind
but
of
look,
got out of control.
It was fun. Look, we'd always say before the season, did we ever think we were going to go to state? No, we never talked about it. But we always played probably above of what our level was, and had good games. Came out, ahead most of the time. It was fun, man. It was fun, and that's why we like calling these games, just because it's fun. It's fun to call. Fun to be back in the action and calling games.
Ole Miss up 3-0 on LSU in the first. How about that Kentucky team? That's a pretty good football team, man. They're just whacking South Carolina 24-3. To me, there might be the best story early in the season with where they've come from and what they're doing.
Yeah, they really are. I tell you what, the East is. You thought it was Georgia's. I don't think Georgia and Kentucky have played yet. Correct? I think they play in a few weeks. But
no, they play Tennessee today.
Yeah, I'd say you thought Georgia kind of had that East kind of wrapped up, but who knows? If Kentucky's playing well, beat Florida for the first time in 30+ years a couple weeks ago, and who knows what's going to happen?
No, you're right.
Joel, what are you doing?
Well, Kenny, I got to tell you, it looks like they're set up for kickoff, and this may be the shortest halftime of high school football, only about 20 minutes or so. If I'm not
mistaken. 22 right now, so this isn't bad.
Of course, they're not on the field yet, so let's see.
Well, here comes St. Aug. So we're gonna have football here momentarily. So there you go, not so bad.
Speaking of records, this could be a record.
It wasn't always this long, was it?
No, I mean, listen.
It didn't feel like it this long.
But again, it's the structure. It's the time that they are instructed to provide. The referees are just following the edict. I just think the edict is ridiculous. It's too long. I mean, they don't need all of this. You're just sitting around. And do coaches and kids really need 25 minutes?
No. It's actually probably bad. You got muscles that are loosened up and warmed up, and now that you're sitting down and you have to re-warm up, have to re-stretch.
Got to think. Second half ready to begin. Brother Martin will kick it off, which means Landry will handle those duties. Josh White's been back for St. Aug, and here we go. Underway, bouncing kick.
Stand bands.
And
Stand
it
bands.
is going out of bounds. So the flag will come down, and St. Aug's going to have the kind of field position they haven't had the whole game in the first half. So that's going to change here to start the second half on a little bit of a miss hit. I don't think he meant to do that. Tried to hit it hard, and sometimes when you overhit it, although it looks like they're bringing it back.
Make them kick again.
They're going to make them kick again. They want to return it. Well, I tell you what, if I'm the receiving team, the way the field position's been, I'd take that ball in a heartbeat,
Absolutely.
man. You got to be kidding
I don't think
me.
they had it on the other side of the 20 to start a drive.
And their returns haven't been good tonight.
Right.
I tell you what, looking at the way they're set up now, I think I'd push the ball down about the 30-yard line.
Look at
Who
that
knows?
hole.
Yeah, that is.
Look
Between
at that hole.
45
And he can do it, too.
And the 15 is 30 yards of field.
And look, they're moving up even more.
Even more. Now, I can't believe they're going to allow that kind of hole. You're talking about 30-plus yards.
Yeah, this is a live ball, guys. It's in the punt.
30-plus yards of a hole that we're looking at right now.
And you got 3 guys deep for St. Aug.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen.
All right, yeah, they're checking up now. All right.
All right, so they
That
fooled
makes
us,
more
man.
sense.
It was pre.
They gave you a sneak attack look, man. They were just trying to deke you, and they
It's
did.
still a pretty good hole in there.
Yeah,
you
you're not
can put it
kidding.
right
Oh,
in.
it is.
It's still a 25-yard hole.
25 yards.
Yeah.
Long approach by Landry. And he hits it as hard as he
God,
can.
good kick.
Carries to about the 8.
Gotta
White
get down.
to the 10. White to the 15.
Good
He's
tackle.
wiped out at the 15.
That worked out
They
for
should
the
have took the
Crusaders.
penalty.
That's
Yeah,
20
there you
yards
go.
it cost.
God.
I mean, I said
Great
that. They
kick,
haven't
yeah.
returned a kick decent all game, and now they're pinned back at the 15 again. And they got no one but themselves to blame. You got to take the ball there.
Absolutely.
Great field
you haven't
position.
had nothing beyond their own 20 all half. I mean, why wouldn't you want to start off on the 35?
Well, let me say this. If they had returned kicks well in the first half, I can understand. But they didn't.
No. And he just put it on the 5-yard line. He kicked it to the 5-yard line of St. Aug. Great job by Brother
Great
Martin's kicker
coverage.
tonight.
Very good coverage by the
Start from the
Crusaders kickoff
16
team.
here. Again, what else is new? They're inside their own 20. First and 10 from that point. Single running back in the backfield with Woodson, who looks over to the sideline. He has 2 receivers to the left and a single to the right. Man in motion, low snap
again.
into the turf, picks it up. He's in trouble. He's going to go down at the 17. So he managed to skirt forward,
Man, that-
maybe to the line of scrimmage. Did Woodson?
Lenny, that's about the fourth or fifth time we've seen a bad exchange. St. Aug's been in shotgun all night, but really affected the play.
Yeah, it's a little damp out there. It's been raining the whole game. Not hard.
Probably a heavy ball.
Yeah, a little bit
one,
slick.
2nd and 9. Now, of course, they're coming out of halftime, too. That ball should be in good shape. On 2nd and 9, motion, Martin looking, Woodson. Woodson runs left. Woodson takes off, 15, 20, puts his shoulder down and drives to about the 25. So Woodson running hard. Looks to be just short of the first down by about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a little surprised Brother Martin didn't have more pressure on that, Lenny. That's 2nd and long. I think St. Aug at this point is probably going to start throwing the ball a little bit more.
3rd and 1. They're going to run it inside. He gets bounced outside, and he's going to get a lot of yardage.
Guys.
First down across the 30 and out to the 33. So nothing there initially, and a good job by Broderick Martin, who I told you earlier will line up and run the ball, and he does here. Makes a good play for St. Aug. First down, Purple Knights.
Boy, you had him stopped in the backfield there, Chad, and just couldn't wrap him up, and he was able to get to the corner and pick up the first down. Unfortunate.
Yeah, good adjustments by St. Aug. Switching up running backs a little bit. Did a great job of bouncing it around the right-hand side. Brother Martin's got to do a better job at linebacker spots, wrapping up and closing off those lanes.
1st and 10 of the 32-yard line. Going to bounce it outside again, and this time he's down.
There you go.
So Broderick Martin again tried to bounce it outside, but nothing doing because number 36, Bo Randlett, the senior linebacker.
There he is.
Another good linebacker who takes after his mother.
100%. All of her athletic ability.
2nd and 11. You guys are brutal.
Only speak the truth, Kenny.
And Lance is listening tonight.
That's what I was going to say. I hope these guys aren't your friends. Who needs enemies? 2nd and 11. Motion left, Martin. Looking, Woodson. Throws a wobble, tipped in the air, and it's caught. Interception. Intercepted by Brother Martin. Coming up with it is Joshua Payne Morgan. And the Crusaders get the first turnover of the game.
Well, that's a great play there by the linebacker. Going to drop back. I didn't see who actually tipped it there, Chad, but Joshua Payne Morgan was able to come down with the interception. Big play there to get the Crusaders once again. Great field position on the St. Aug side of the field.
Yeah, it was one of the linebackers, Lenny. But I tell you what, the St. Aug's quarterback, he actually had a wide receiver that ran a curl right and was wide open. So good job by Brother Martin's linebackers to get their hands up and deflecting that ball for Brother Martin, for Morgan to come in and intercepting that ball on St. Aug's 35-yard line. Yet another great start for Brother Martin's offense.
And again, a short field for the Crusaders at the St. Aug 35, running right. Smith bounced it outside. And he's going to be hit and dropped for a loss back at the 38. Good job pursuit for St. Augustine. And the tackle made by 34 for St. Augustine, Jaheim Walters, the junior.
Yeah, good job by the St. Aug defensive front there. Smith couldn't get to the corner there. Great pursuit from all those guys up front. Threw the Crusaders back for a loss, bringing up 2nd and long.
2nd and 13 for the Crusaders from the 38 of St. Augustine. With twin receivers left, a single right. Against a 5-man front, Martin wants to throw a throwback screen. He does, but
he had him.
Incomplete. There was some white shirts over there, though. And incomplete intended for Faust. Not a bad job by St. Aug. One of their defensive linemen did a good job of sniffing it out.
Yeah, they really came in, looked like Byron Turner came in and applied some pressure on Martin. But, they actually, if he would have completed that would have been a great developing play. It's kind of curious that play before that, Lenny, that Smith tried to bounce it to the outside. That's twice and with no success. Let's see if Brother Martin goes back to the inside to get a little push.
3rd and 13 to the 38. Here is Martin stopping, throwing a jump pass, caught by Smith, but he's tackled at the 36, a short gain of 2.
Yeah,
so 4th down.
It's a good idea there, but not great execution. Martin threw the ball a little bit high for Smith, wasn't able to catch the ball cleanly, and that took him a little extra time and let St. Aug's defensive front kind of get the pursuit to tackle him there, bring the 4th down.
That was a very slow developing screenplay, too. Looked like the offensive lineman got way ahead of the ball carrier on that one.
So it will be a punt coming from Faust. Michael Faust to punt it away. St. Aug hasn't dropped anyone back yet. It's a very short field. St. Aug's playing safe here, trying to make sure that nothing happens with regard to any kind of funny stuff. Faust, long count, low snap, fields it, punts it very high, short, needs a bounce here. Gets one to around the 10 and out of bounds at the 10. Good job to pin him back again. What else is new? I mean, this is amazing the way this game has been played on one side of the field.
Yeah, it really is. If Brother Martin's defense, we saw them give that last drive, gave up probably the most yardage they have this game, Lenny. But if Brother Martin's defense, they got to be pleased with where St. Aug's offense is starting each possession. I mean, it's amazing. I don't ever remember, an opponent having this bad a field position against us.
It's tough to go 90 yards. I don't care what level of football you're trying to play with, high school, college, pee-wee, professional. It's tough to go 90 yards. You'd have to make, you're prone to make mistakes, negative plays, and makes it definitely more difficult on the offense.
1st and 10, St. Aug at its own 10. 8:25 to play in the third. 17-0 Brother Martin. Woodson off the play fake. From the pocket, wants to go deep. He's gunning it, man coverage, and a nice job to knock it away. Pass incomplete. Great job defensively by Devon Moore to knock it away. The receiver had a step initially, Kai Matthew, but Moore played it beautifully.
Yeah, great job. We knew that was going to happen. They're going to start taking their shots now, Lenny. They're not having a lot of success up the middle against Brother Martin's front seven. So Brother Martin being in a cover 3, man-to-man type situation, tested Devon Moore on the outside. Moore doing a great job setting up, his body, the inside of the receiver, making a play on the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 10.
Trips right.
Yep. 3 receivers right, a single left. Open formation. Mahmoud Bailey, the running back. Woodson, the snap, gives to nobody, keeps it. He's going to be hit. He threw it and almost
There's
was
a fumble.
off.
Pick it up.
It was almost picked off. I think his arm was coming forward.
He's saying incomplete.
And there was 33, Jack Romano, who almost caught the ball as he just tried to throw it forward. It goes incomplete. It's third down.
I guess they're saying Martin was kind of in the vicinity of the...
Well, I'll tell you, because I was looking at the referee in the white hat. He didn't make a signal as the incomplete pass as the play happened, so I thought it may have been a fumble, but apparently they decided to call it incomplete.
Yeah, he brought the arm forward to throw the ball, but again, he was lucky to avoid a sack more than anything else there. 3rd and 10 at the 10. Bailey, the running back.
Here comes a blitz to the outside.
Woodson against the blitz, steps up, going to gun it deep. Coatney, jump ball coming, he caught it. Coatney across the 35, and he's out to about the 39 for a first down, a gain of about 29.
Yeah, Nick Turner, that's the safety's job, Lenny. They're in a too high safety, Morgan and Turner, but Turner just couldn't get to the outside to help out the cornerback who's playing underneath coverage. And, St. Aug got that deep completion for a first down. But, Brother Martin's really got to tighten up their outside coverage.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He had him 3rd and long, and unfortunately let him have the first down.
29 yards and a first down to the 39. They finally have some field position to work with. And here is a run up the middle. Broke a tackle. Nice run. Across the 45 to the 46 by Bailey. So Bailey gets about 7 for the Purple Knights. Mono on the stop. 2nd and 3.
That's one of the better runs we've seen from the Purple Knights tonight.
At the 46, they go quickly at the line of scrimmage.
Trips into the boundary.
Fake it, wants to throw it. This is not Woodson at quarterback. This is the backup, and he's tackled at the 42. I don't know what happened to Woodson, but that's the backup quarterback, Kendall Sampson.
Yeah, that's odd because it looked like Woodson was on the outside, actually,
he was
playing wide receiver. And
they brought Sampson in. That didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Sack for Brother Martin, a loss of 4.
And the play was...
That's kind of strange, guys.
No, and he was lined up as a wide receiver to the left, and that's where the intended pass was for. So, yeah, that was kind of strange. It looked like he's...
He's not in the game. Woodson's not in
the
game.
He's out.
I'm not sure what's wrong with him. I'll try to see what I can spot, but he's not in there. And there would be no reason to have him out of the game. Snap it. Rolling
That's
right.
Holding. That's holding.
There you go.
Got it.
Sampson's in trouble. Sampson just gets it off and
that
throws
should be
it out
another
of bounds.
penalty.
That should be
intentional grounding. Right
but either way,
they threw the hat and they call him.
Yeah, they got it.
grounding.
That's intentional grounding.
So you'll take that. It's a loss of down. Bottom line is you would have declined the hold anyway, but you'll take this.
Yeah, you get an extra 5 yards out of it.
That negates that long pass. Everything that they got from the long pass almost flipping the field.
I got to tell you, give credit to his Brother Martin defense. They played very well so far in this football game. They gave up the one big play right before halftime, but unfortunately was able to keep the Purple Knights off the scoreboard here. But Chad, they've done a very good job. really playing a tight defense against a very good offense and explosive offense in St. Augustine.
Yeah, for a team that, St. Aug always has speed and always likes to take advantage of that to the outside. Brother Barton's doing a good job of containing that speed and making tackles for the most part. We've seen two big plays, kind of Hail Mary type plays that St. Aug's got the better of. But other than that, Brother Martin's defense has done very well as they go back to receive this punt.
Woodson's just walking on the sideline with his helmet in his hand, guys.
Yeah,
not sure what's going on there.
He got hit hard.
Yeah, he did.
Around his goal line when he got sacked. So we might have to see if he got the wind knocked out of him.
Line drive punt by Mims. Bounces at the 35, 30. Takes a St. Aug bounce, and finally St. Aug's going to win field position as they'll down this at about the Brother Martin 17-yard line.
This might be the worst field position Brother Martin's seen all night.
I tell you what, it didn't look pretty, but it's going to look pretty in the box score tomorrow.
Starting at the 17-yard line with 6:27 to play in the third quarter, in a very slow-moving third quarter. 17-0, Brother Martin on top. LSU took the lead 7-3, so they got the lead on Ole Miss in their game. So they should be able to throw the ball well on Ole Miss. Ole Miss can throw it themselves, but
I think Alabama scored about 120 on Ole Miss, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Or could have scored 120 on Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Give credit to Tulane last night having a great night.
And that guy that caught the touchdown pass for LSU should be a special player. Run inside by...
Keep it between the tackles.
Nice run there, hard run. Inside. Good job there by Jalen Spears, who's run hard in this game and does so again here at about the 22.
Spears doing a great job, Lenny. We see that Bernice is giving him the ball quite a bit. So we normally see Smith taking a majority of the snaps, but it looks like Spears is getting the majority tonight.
I tell you what, nice to have another option there for another running back. Brother Martin's always done very well, and they've hit kind of a two-headed monster in the backfield.
Yep, got 5. It's 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
Going back to a few years ago when they get Jared West and Bruce George Swilling, that kind of worked out very well for them back in that 2015 team, I believe. No, 2014 team.
There's your water break on a wet night at the 6-minute mark. Yep, it was Chase that caught the touchdown for LSU. So,
yeah, he's a great
unless I miss my guess, that guy's going to be really good.
I'll tell you another big thing on going to LSU for a second. Getting Christian Fulton back really helped LSU.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, they've got. I look at their receivers. They got gigantic receivers.
They do.
On that football team.
They can run.
And that kid's 6'1", 200, and he's a load, and he can run. The Chase kid, but they've got the 6'6" guy, the 2 6'4" guys. They got a lot of targets there, and I don't know about you guys, but I like Burrow. I think Burrow's a good player.
I think he's gotten remarkably better every game. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're beating Alabama.
He don't turn the ball over. You got to love that in a quarterback. He doesn't.
Playing Georgia at home in a couple weeks.
Yeah. When you got a good defense, you don't have to take a lot of chances.
Take care of business tonight.
Play Florida next week, which is.
And go to Florida won't be easy, but that could set up
winnable.
One heck of a football game in a few weeks, right? The whole world will be watching that one. From the 22, second down, and there's offside. Should be a first down for Brother Martin.
All right, not to jinx us here, guys, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say something. Probably regret this in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Brother Martin's been very, very good, playing very good disciplined football. Very few penalties. Hit a couple, pre-snap penalties, but no personal fouls, no late hits. No, just kind of what you call bonehead penalties, which they've had in this game before.
4 penalties for 27 yards. You can live with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem.
S.J. Roth, even though he won the game big, he had a bunch of penalties today.
No, he wasn't happy about that.
I'm sure.
First down to the 27-yard line on the penalty. Snap it. Delay play inside. 30. And out to the 33. Nice first down play by Spears again, it appeared.
This is exactly what you want to do here, Chad.
Yeah, they run it back in between the tackles.
Run between the tackles, eat the clock, and just kind of, slowly kind of strangle the life out of the St. Aug defense.
And this is the kind of drive, you want to bring this down to the end of the quarter and definitely put points on the board, Lenny. Don't give St. Aug, don't give them a breath, put your foot on their throat, and, got to get some more points out of this drive while we're eating the clock, doing a great job up front.
2nd and 4. St. Aug, a 5-man front here, trying to take the run away. Fake it. Martin wants to throw it, and he does. Complete to Brady Faust, and that's a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Good throw.
Talk about taking chances. Tight. Martin does not mind throwing to a covered receiver, huh? That is amazing.
I'll tell you what, give Martin credit, give Faust credit. I didn't see who it was, but get the defensive back credit. That was very good coverage, but it's just a little bit better throw and great play to pick up the first down.
That's play action. I'm looking at Martin, riding out his fake, pulling up, and I'm like, where is he throwing the ball? And sure enough,
Just
he threw
to the
it.
covered receiver.
Yeah, just to a totally covered
first
receiver
down.
for a first down.
And again, they showed a 5-man front with a D-line and 3 linebackers, so nice time to throw the ball. Run it left here, and this time nothing happening. Lost yardage on the play. And again, they're pressing the line of scrimmage with more bodies now, and Smith gets tackled.
Yeah.
They're daring him to throw the ball. Back to the 36, a loss of 5.
Yeah, this is the point, though, Chad, where you actually, they're daring you to throw the ball, throw it to Clapp, the tight end, or H-back coming out, throw it to Faust, or throw it to
and look,
88.
They've thrown it effectively as
Gilliam.
Clapp comes in right now. The play action with kind of like the a bootleg or just boot across the middle to Clapp. Been very effective.
If they're gonna come hard, the screen is a great call here. Some kind of screen. We saw a bubble screen work beautifully earlier.
Well, we're seeing about 8 men within about 4 yards of the line of scrimmage right now.
About.
So.
And here they come. Blitzing, rolls away from it, looking down the middle, caught.
Nice
Across
play.
the 45 and out to about the 47-yard line is Faust again, a gain of 11. Well done.
Yeah, and that's not a screen, but I tell you what, it's effectively the same thing, Lenny, because what Martin's doing as they're blitzing in the middle, he's rolling out to his right, and the wide receiver's just running that slant right across the middle where the linebacker's vacating, and he's picking up positive yards every time. So good job by Martin throwing across his body.
Yeah, again throwing a Faust, and I got to give Gilds the cornerback for St. Aug had good coverage. He just beat him.
Third down, looking, throwing down the field to nobody, incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like a bust. Faust looked like he broke off his route, and Martin was expecting him to kind of go up the sidelines there.
Pass falls incomplete, and a punt situation coming.
Didn't need 20 yards, guys. You just needed 5.
You know what, though? That's not a bad series. You pick up a couple first downs and take some time off the clock, and should be able to keep St. Aug pinned pretty deep in their own territory if you have a decent punt.
Yeah, don't give up much of a return here. Punter's been doing a good job getting the ball off.
LSU just scored again, up 14-3.
Nice.
There you go. Here's the punt underway. Downfield, fair catch call for the 19. That's where St. Aug will start this possession. 2:55 to play in the third quarter, and still 17-0.
You just got to keep doing the same thing here, Chad, on defensively for Brother Martin.
Well, and I think Brother Martin's got to be curious, too, to see if the quarterback's going to come out or not. Or if they're going to have Sampson, the youngster, come out and play quarterback again.
Well, either way, your cornerbacks better be ready because they're up 17 points. They could be coming out
They
here.
got to throw the ball.
Yeah, they haven't had any success running the ball, and you're down to the last quarter and a couple minutes of this football game, so they have to start taking chances on the outside.
Can you see if Woodson's back? I think that's Woodson coming in right now.
So it's 1st and 10.
No, it's not.
No, it's 11.
I'm not sure what's going on.
It's Sampson.
Yeah,
it's
Sampson's
sophomore
got the ball
quarterback.
again
I'm
for
not
St.
sure.
Aug.
He's got to be hurt.
He must have got hurt
Manny.
in that sack.
Got to believe it. 1st and 10 at the 20. With all due respect to the young man in the game right now, Woodson's a senior and a very good player. And Sampson keeps it. Made a move outside. 25, 30, first down. And stayed in bounds to about the 34. Gain of about 11 yards. First down, Kendall Sampson.
It was a good little quarterback draw that he had. The sophomore acted like he was doing a quick 3-step drop out of the shotgun, but ran around the right-hand side. Lenny, for the first down, made a couple good moves. Brother Martin's definitely can't rest on their laurels here, even with a sophomore quarterback. We gotta make them earn all the yardage they can get.
Here comes a blitz from the outside.
On 1st and 10, quick pop pass is caught in the flat. 35, and a good tackle at about the 37-yard line on DeAndre Cooper, the receiver. Just a gain of 3.
I tell you, that was a good job actually limiting that gain by the Brother Martin defense. They were coming on a corner blitz from the right side, and St. Aug had the play called right in that the area that was vacated, but they closed quickly and kept it to a minimal gain.
3 yards.
Trips to the field.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
So 2nd down. Throws it in the flat, caught at the 35. Nice cutback, 40, and out to about the 42-yard line. Just short of the first down is Mahmoud Bailey, who made the catch in space.
Another big third down coming up, 3rd and short for St. Aug.
Should be 3rd and 2 here.
That's a good open field tackle, leaving 2 yards to the first down on a very good running back, Bailey.
Trips to the wide side of the field again, Chad.
3rd and 2.
Watch your quarterback. Watch that same quarterback draw.
From the 42-yard line. Snap it, drops back to throw. Heavy pressure, got it off nowhere land.
Great
got
job.
decked
Great
as he
job,
threw
defense.
it.
Great
Pressure
job.
was extreme from Brother Martin, and number 36, Bo Randlett, was there.
Once again, Randlett with the pressure there, Chad. He did a great job coming from his linebacker spot, getting pressure on the quarterback before he really had time to set up and throw that play.
Yeah, and that's a good job recognizing, hey, this is a sophomore quarterback in a third down situation, a high-pressure situation. Let's put a little pressure on him, and Brother Martin's defense stepped up.
I tell you, Brother Martin better be ready for a fake here on 4th and short here, close to midfield, down by 17. So they better be aware of any potential shenanigans about the St. Aug offense, or punting unit, I should say.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Watch the
Like that?
shenanigans.
Can you spell that for me?
S
Hannigans.
No, I'd rather you not. Here's Mims to punt it away. I believe you. Punt is high. It's deep. Fair catch on the move. Tough one to make, but Faust made it.
Wow.
Glad you stopped me, Kenny, because after S-H-E-N, I was kind of a little questionable.
So it's going to start from the 26-yard line with 1:16 to play in the third, and a 17-0 lead for Brother Martin.
Another great defensive series by Brother Martin. St. Aug got a first down there. Looked like they had a little momentum, but they came up with a big third down stop to force the punt on 4th. And, you're down with about a minute 16, left in this third quarter. So if they can take some time off the clock here, really go a long way in icing this football game.
Crusaders start at their own 16. Low snap, handoff, hitting the backfield. Spears shook one, shook two, but he'll not shake the third. He's down at the line of scrimmage, and the St. Aug band will strike up a two. With Brother Martin on
There you go. We're waiting for them all night, Kenny.
You're asking about him, Kenny. There you go.
You know, I tell you
woke
what,
up.
the rest of this football game here, Chad, Brother Martin's going to have to either throw the ball and not run the ball up the middle. St. Aug's not going to let them do it anymore. They're putting 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, putting 8 guys in the box, and they get this going to say you have to throw the ball on us too.
Yeah, and we only saw him run once, but I think it's a good time too to get Martin back into the offense. Running the ball. Make St. Aug respect the outside a little bit.
2nd and 10. Snap it. Run it with Spears right. Spears is hit hard again and able to get a yard to the 27. Again, they are stacking the line of scrimmage, and they're firing on every play.
That should be the end of the third quarter.
So the clock winding down, 23 seconds. They don't have to run another play.
Yeah, I think St. Aug now knows. They can't afford to have Brother Martin have a 12-play drive on them and eat up 5-6 minutes of the clock. So they're going to come all out. Let's see if Coach Bernice has any kind of tricks up his sleeve.
That is the end of the third quarter with our score. Brother Martin 17, St. Aug nothing. Back with our fourth quarter in a moment. This is Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Eye Care Associates has been caring for families in the New Orleans community for over 25 years. Our doctor's experience combined with a personal commitment to their patients.
Okay. We caught up pretty quickly for the first half. We'll catch up.
Nobody's scoring here, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Associates and Dr. Lenny Sumich, class of 1990 at 4324 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. Visit us online at eyecareneworleans.com or call 504-455-9825. Brother Martin High School educates young men for life with a focus on religious values, academic excellence, personal attention, and friendly discipline. Celebrating 50 years of Brother Martin High School and 150 years of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart in New Orleans, the Brothers of the Sacred Heart and lay partners have served the young men of New Orleans by providing Catholic education second to none. The strong tradition continues today. Visit brothermartin.com for more details.
Catch the best prep football show in the country, Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report, Friday nights during the football season on WGSO 990 AM, New Orleans.
Fourth quarter begins, 17-0 Brother Martin. Here's a fake. On third down, rolling left Martin. Martin looking. Martin dumps it off, incomplete. As Spears could not hold on, and it will be a punting situation for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that was almost like a long pitch, Lenny, but Martin had an opportunity to go ahead and swing it out to the running back, but he had to elude some pressure from St. Aug. Just not the best play call on third and long.
Yeah, it's tough on third and long.
As long as Brother Martin, if we can go ahead and get off a good punt and hold them to this return and let the defense get back on the field, they've been doing a good job. I don't see them doing anything different.
Michael Faust to punt it. Josh White is deep for St. Aug. Punt is away. Beautiful punt Fair catch called for. Taken way back at the 28. That's an outstanding punt by Faust.
Very good punt.
Of course, the other team doesn't have the ball now, so mysteriously the band stops playing. So
shocking. Kind of missed them in the first half. They're a little quiet with the rain.
Well, with the rain kind of stopped that. So St. Aug will get the ball.
And actually, being that we're the opposite side from the St. Augustine band here, Kenny, at least we can hear ourselves think. Usually when that crowd mic's right outside, it's tough.
You can feel it.
It's tough. They do a great job, but I tell you, it's a little tough to do a broadcast.
From the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for St. Augustine. With 11:47 left to play. 17-0, Brother Martin. And again, it's Sampson at quarterback, so you got to believe Woodson's hurt and just can't play. Sampson to snap, rolling right. Heavy pressure, and he evades one, but he's not going to evade the last two. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Mac Brown was there for Brother Martin.
I tell you, Brother Martin's doing a great job getting a push up front here, Chad. Especially, they're kind of dropping back, knowing they're in a passing situation. Those 4 guys up front, those 2 defensive tackles, and the 2 ends are doing a great job getting a pressure on the quarterback before he can get comfortable back there.
And that's another sack. That's 5 for Brother Martin in the game.
Lenny,
5-yard loss.
Did you have
for
5
Sampson.
in your whole senior year?
I did. Thanks for asking.
Okay, good.
You mean his teammates, right?
I had more sacks than you had touchdown passes. Put it that way.
That's not saying a lot.
Good point.
2nd and 5 of the 23. Retreating to throw. Big rush on Sampson under heavy pressure. Just heaves it to the sideline. And Brother Martin just coming after him now.
They're just pinning their ears back here, Kenny. They know. Oh, there's a flag. Hopefully.
There is a flag. We'll
I
check
think Coach
that.
Bonise said something. He's trying to get the side judge's attention.
Was Mac Brown again with that pressure?
I think he might be saying it might have been
grounding.
Yeah, intentional grounding. I think that's what is that what he's calling now?
Yes,
illegal
ineligible
man
downfield. Ineligible man
decline
downfield.
that.
I'd decline that if you're Brother Martin.
Absolutely.
3rd and 15. We'll simply go as an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd and 15.
Yeah, it looked like Brother Martin's going to play 4 deep, and I would not be surprised if you see the Ranlett or Romano, either one of them, blitzing in from the outside, putting some pressure on the sophomore quarterback.
3rd and 15 from the 23. Receivers to either side, 1 to each. Now they got 2 to the right, 3 to the right. There you go. To the short side of the field. Load that. Isolate 1 on the left. Sampson on 3rd and 15. They haven't been able to protect him recently. Snap it, 3-man rush.
Here they come again.
Sampson steps up. Sampson escapes. Sampson cuts back.
25-30,
good move. 35-40, 45, good move by Sampson. Shows his open field running ability. That's what he can do. And a first down all the way across the 45.
He did a good job of it.
To the 46, gets 23.
Brother Martin only rushing 3, Lenny, and it looks like the linebackers dropped deep enough to where Sampson could really navigate some open field and did a good job of making a move on that second-tier linebackers to get the first down.
They had good pressure, but a front 3, but he was able to break that first containment and get the first down.
To the 46-yard line, 23-yard run. Sampson retreats to throw. Heavy pressure hit as he throws.
Hard.
Incomplete. He got blown up there by Luke Scheckschneider, the junior, blitzing off the corner.
Yeah, great job by Scheckschneider there.
Yeah, Sampson didn't see him coming, too, off the left side. Big hit. I don't know where he was going with it, but Scheckschneider hit Sampson right as he released the ball and really took a shot to the ribs.
Sampson 2 for 5 for 8 yards. 2nd down and 10 at the 46 with 10:29 left to play. 17-0, Brother Martin on top of St. Augustine. Snap it. Gives it off to Broderick Martin. Squirts through a hole. Spins away from a tackle and another, and he's got a first down and more. Still on his feet. Inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Golly.
What a run by Broderick Martin.
That was
St. August back in the game. 54-yard touchdown run by Broderick Martin. And the Purple Knights have pulled within 2 scores.
Well, that's not what you wanted there.
Now they got injury on the field, but I tell you what, the way that run was, Lenny, how could they have not given this kid the ball in the first half? I mean, that was amazing. That was an incredible run.
Well, I mentioned in pregame, he does run the ball despite being a wide receiver, and you saw why there.
Yeah, that was great. Just a great play.
Brilliant run by Martin. 17-6, extra point coming. Jerron Marks, remember, hit the left upright on a field goal attempt earlier. Last game I did, he hit every extra point against Jesuit.
I mean, that run, it looked like he put moves on half the Brother Martin's defense, man. I don't know whether everybody was expecting somebody else to make the tackle, but really poor job of tackling, good job by St. Aug getting in the end zone, with 10-16 left in the fourth quarter.
Injured player walking back across. Is that Devon Moore?
Yes, looks like number 5.
Walking, which is good. Somewhat gingerly, which isn't great.
No, and they're going
My
to
friend
need
Patrick
him.
Maloney, the trainer down there, among others, worked with Patrick for many years at the New Orleans Voodoo, among other enterprises. I think I worked with everybody at some point.
I was about to say, who haven't you
What the hell
worked
was
with,
that saying?
Kenny?
I don't know.
How long you been doing this, Kenny?
Extra point coming. I'm not answering that question. 40 years. Kick is partially blocked, and it squirts over the goalpost. Timeout on the field. 10-16 to play. We got a game. Brother Martin 17, St. Aug 7. Back in a moment. This is Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Brother Martin High School, educating young men for life with a focus on religious values, friendly discipline, academic excellence, and personal attention. Prospective students and their families are invited to join current students and faculty for open house on Thursday, November 8th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Visit brothermartin.com for more information on seeing what Brother Martin High School has to offer.
Come visit a Brother Martin alumnus and get all of your prescription needs at Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank. We have friendly people there waiting to assist you with discount prices and great service. In 15 minutes or less, your prescriptions will be filled. Most insurance plans accepted as well as major credit cards, so come and visit us at Dave's Pharmacy, 1220 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. That's Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank, or call us for a prescription quote at 340-7516. Dave's Pharmacy. Here's the kickoff. Sailing short, bouncing, falling on wisely at about the 28, 29-yard line. Good job there to make sure you got possession.
Oh, late flag.
Late flag comes down. Check that.
I don't know if that was a late hit or that was a really, really late flag.
Penalty on the play.
Waiting for an official signal here. They're having a long conversation.
They're pointing towards St. Aug.
You'd think just the way the play went, it would be on St. Augustine, but you never know. Personal foul. Brother Martin.
Brother Martin.
Pointing the other way.
Kid.
All right.
Foul on Brother Martin.
Okay.
It took a long time to talk about it.
Put the Crusaders in the hole here. They will mark this off. Ball's going to end up at the 15-yard line.
You said you spoke too soon, Lenny. I hope this doesn't come to fruition. This is how nightmares get started.
I've seen this movie before, Chad.
10-15 to play.
Hopefully we're okay.
17-7, Brother Martin.
But I do think Brother Martin's going to have to throw the ball here. St. Augustine's not going to let him run. They're going to stack that box, and they're going to challenge him to throw the ball.
Yeah, they got a safety about 6 yards off the ball, the deepest guy right now, and all other 9.
From the 15, they run Smith inside to the 17, to the 18, got about 3.
So good. That's why we're up here, and Coach Bernice is down at calling plays. So
yeah,
they can still get 4 or 5 yards. Yeah, go ahead and run it. But I just
they got to make it tough though. Offensive line to be ready to play.
I can see play action to Michael Clapp right now across the middle, dragging across the middle, going.
Now we get a stoppage in play.
And another player down.
Another player down. This one for St. Aug with 9:52 to play.
I wonder if this is cramping. It looks like I've seen a couple players already grabbing the back of their leg, so it looks like they're stretching this player out. It looks like it might be cramps.
It's Byron Turner who's down for the Purple Knights. We'll see how that goes. So they tend to him as we speak. LSU still up 14-3, early second. Nick Brissett, a touchdown run against Ole Miss. Ohio State took the lead on Penn State, 14-13 in the third. Good game there. Expected to
That's
be the
the
game of
whiteout
the day.
game, huh?
Washington 21-0 over BYU, two ranked teams at the half. Notre Dame 24-17 over Stanford, top 10 teams, late third quarter. Good news, Turner's up. Bad news, my window's fogged up again.
Turn off the air, Chad.
So, hey, when that happens.
Fog gone, heat.
It's crazy, man. I mean, we're late September now. Sooner or later, we're going to get under 85 degrees, right?
I hope so.
I think so.
I'll say this. I was in Baton Rouge for a cross-country meet this morning. It was actually pleasant. It didn't stay pleasant.
At 7 o'clock in the morning? What time?
About 10 o'clock, actually.
Yeah. Well, second down and 7 at the 18-yard line.
Second down and 6.
Second and 6, actually. They say that the line of scrimmage was the 18 and that they started at the 14. It sure looked like the 15.
It's a long
from
6.
Here. Yeah. And now whistles sound again. These things have slowed to a crawl here. They reset the play clock here.
Yeah,
That's why. Second and 6 of the 18. Martin now will set his running back next to him left, Smith. Takes the ball, gives it to him. Running left across the 20, knifes out to about the 24. So right on it. Right close to it. And again, another player shaken up has lost a helmet for St. Aug. He'll have to come out of the game. That's 64. Future lead.
Yeah, they're not moving to change. Looks like
No, it's third down and less than 1.
Yeah, it's half a yard to go. They spotted that ball at the 14.5-yard line to start the drive.
This is where I wish you could get under center and sneak the football.
God,
They can, Kenny. They just don't.
I mean, when you're less than a yard, guys, don't you want to be under center?
I do.
Yeah. Shotgun, 3rd and 1. Snap it, run it right, and fell to the 25.
Fell on the other
Should
side,
have
yeah.
it. That was
They should get it. Barely, but he got it.
not easy, but he got it.
Yeah, that's big.
Take a
Smith.
couple more minutes
Do
off
that
the
2 more
clock.
times, and we'll be in good shape.
First down at the 25-yard line, a gain of 2.
First down seems to be getting harder to come by.
And that band's going to play the whole time now. You can rest assured. It's a great band. My question's always been about the timing of when bands play.
I like them better during the game, not necessarily in a football game.
First and 10 at the 25. They're awesome to listen to and to watch. First and 10 at the 25. Motion man left. Run it inside. I heard whistle sounding before the snap, though, again. Smith ran the ball.
Timeout, Brother Martin.
Brother Martin got a timeout before the snap. Should be there first. They'll have 2 left with 8:25 left. Obviously didn't like something to abort the play.
Coach Bonise is still comfortable playing power football with literally 10 men in the box from St. Aug.
Well, they were able to get a first down there. If they can do that a couple of times, they will certainly win this game.
Yeah.
But easier said than done.
Yeah, St. Aug's going to make that very difficult for him.
Right. Almost as difficult as seeing right now.
Tell you, this window's lovely over here, Kenny.
I thought you, well, I did that for you.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
That was my design, considering the fact that you are Mr. Eye Care Associate.
That's right.
And anybody that's with Eye Care Associates is obviously got to see
Got to be able to see.
with 20/20 vision.
Let me tell you, if I had a rag,
Despite
I
the
would,
fact
I
that he
would
wears
come wipe the
glasses.
window. I would come wipe the window if I could. If I had a rag on me.
I knew you would. Can you adjust my prescription here or something? Or
Well,
I'm not even
not
wearing
to
my
see
glasses.
through fog, so it'd be a little difficult.
It's one of those things, okay, I'm not going to wear the glasses because I'm going to use binoculars. But if I'm not going to use binoculars, I'm going to wear the glasses. So it's choose your poison.
You're going to catch 22.
Who are you? I can't see you. 25-yard line when play resumes. First and 10, 8:35 to play. Crusaders leading the Purple Knights 17-7 here at Tan Gormley Stadium. Ken Trahan along with Chandler Rose, Lenny Sumich. Snap it. Run it inside. A little bit of a gap.
you go.
30, 32, 33. Good push.
Very good push.
Good gain of about 8 yards. That's Chris Smith again. He's getting a heavy dose now.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep seeing this, Chad, until St. Aug can stop him. If they keep doing this, I think the St. Aug defense is starting to wear down a little bit.
Yeah, it reminds me of last year with Swilling. In the fourth quarter, that's where he did all his damage, right up the middle and, between the tackles, running the ball when that defense was very weak and started cramping up, and that's when he kind of got all his yardage.
8 yards to the 33, 2nd and 2. Playing ahead of the chains here. Give it to Smith on a counter. Nice cut. He'll get the first down across the 35 and dives to the 39, but there is a flag
Very
on the
late
play.
flag. Very
Not only
late
stops
flag.
the clock, but stops the
That's going to
drive.
be a hold.
Yeah, it's backside, nowhere near the play.
I hate that.
I mean, it's just painful.
And I'm
Painful to watch that.
being partial when I say that. I just hate it away from the play.
Yeah.
If it didn't have an impact on the play, which we don't know, maybe he was throwing it on somebody at the point of attack. But either way, it's a big penalty to stop Brother Martin cold here.
It's going to be about a 12-yard penalty.
Well, let's see where they mark
13.
it after the foul. It is at the 21, so it is 12 yards.
And again, Lenny, your favorites from the spot.
6 penalties and 54 yards now on Brother Martin. And from the 21 now,
Ain't that 7?
now we get another
59.
flag.
Forget what I said about penalties a few minutes ago.
2nd and 15 is another flag down, and this is on Brother Martin. So they're falling apart now on this drive. On the wrong way. 5 yards back to the 16, and now 7 penalties. And 59 yards. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Back at the 15. Not what you want. 7:39 to play.
Abandon power football, and let's see if we can do something to the outside a little bit, Lenny.
Snap it, fake it. He's going to gun it down the middle. Man beat his man, and there's
That's got to be interference.
very clear interference on St. Aug a first down. Gilliard had beaten his man clearly, Rivard, and the pass underthrown, and Rivard just ran over Gilliard to try to get to the ball. That's what happens when you beat a guy in man coverage, and that'll be 15 yards and a first down for St. Aug.
Now, is it automatic first down in high school football?
Well, it was 2nd and 20. That's right. It shouldn't be a first down.
It'd be second and 5 or second and whatever.
Correct. I'm thinking pro
I hate
football
that
again.
rule too.
Yep. Yeah, but I hate the pro rule of a spot foul on those.
Yeah,
I like the solid.
hate
look,
that rule.
I remember we played, Chad. We played NCAA rules. Which
15
I thought,
yards, yeah.
These high school federation rules are kind of wonky.
I don't like them. 15 yards to the 31, so it should be 2nd and 5 at the 31 once they sort this out. So back to within the margin here to be able to make a first down with 7:28 to play, and we're just creeping along here.
Yeah, the pace has definitely slowed in the second half compared to what we saw in the first half.
Yep.
Trips into the boundary now, Lynn.
Correct.
We hadn't seen this formation yet.
Run it inside. Nice
There you
hole
go.
across the
Yeah.
35
Move
to
the
the
chains.
36. Right by the first down. It's Jalen Spears. He's right on the marker, and they're going to move the chains 5 yards
There
and a
you go.
first down, Brother Martin.
Big pickup there.
Yep.
2nd and long, help with the penalty, pick up the first down.
Yeah, and you're starting to see some St. Aug Duncan. I'm looking at the linebacker right now, very slow to get up. So,
You were mentioning, Chad, the second half kind of crawling along. Would you let them know I'd like to get home for the start of the second half of the LSU game?
yeah.
St. Aug
Started
takes
kinda
time
late.
out here. So the Purple Knights burn one here with 7:21 to play in the game.
Looks like St. Aug has 5 timeouts.
They got
remaining,
5
too,
left. They
huh?
just
How
got
about
2
that?
added.
Wow, good for
They
them.
took 1 and got 3, man. What a deal. Love when that happens.
Scoreboard operator, not seeing that yet. There he is. He just fixed it.
And
You
the
heard me.
rain still has not stopped.
Well, they still
I
have
have
St.
it.
No,
Aug
they
with
still are
3.
wrong. Yeah, there it is.
There you
now
go.
they got it. All right,
So each
guys.
team will have 2 left now with 7:21 to play. This thing is really slowed to a crawl. Brother Martin would like to run that clock, but again, the holding penalty just kind of stopped their momentum of being able to just milk this thing and wear them down and shorten the game. And St. Aug hanging tough here.
Next Friday night, October 5th, against the Bastrop
Trying to
Rams.
make it happen here. St. Aug came back against Jesuit with an improbable score after Jesuit fumbled a punt to take a lead by 1. But Jesuit drove in the last 2 minutes to win that game. First and 10 from the 36. Spears gets the call inside, makes a nice cut, shook a tackle, gets to the 39 for a pickup of about 3 yards.
That's a good
tackle made by 97 DeMonte Sims.
Not a big gain there, Chad, but positive yards. You get 3 to 3.5 yards there. You have to keep doing that, keep running this clock. They should be in good shape to end this football game.
Yeah, still platooning the backs, between Smith and Spears, both doing a good job. I'm telling you, it looks like the St. Aug defensive linemen right now, they are, a lot of hands on the hips.
They're getting gas.
Slow getting up.
2nd and 7 from the 39. Showing blitz, they're coming. Give it inside to Spears. Crosses the 40, dives to the 43. Picks up 4, which will bring up a 3rd and 3.
That is the definition of juking in a phone booth, Lenny. They had 9. you got 9 men within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. The Mike linebacker's blitzing, and he still manages to get 3 yards. I don't know how.
Yeah, that was a great job running there. They had, like you mentioned, they had 9 guys right on the line of scrimmage, and he was able to pick up positive yards and set up a 3rd and manageable 3rd and 3 here.
Clock down to 6:15 and counting. 3rd down and 3.
All right, 7 seconds, guys.
Come on.
At the line of scrimmage with 3, with 2, with 1, they get it off. Run Spears inside, drags the tackler across the 45.
He looks short, I think.
He looks to be about a half yard short. We'll see about the mark.
Yeah, they just keep running that inside zone play out of shotgun, Lenny, and I tell you,
No, he might have it. He's right at the 46. That's what he needed. I think he's there. Right on the line, which is what he needed.
He looks like his balls, kind of back half of the balls on the line there. So, yeah, with that spot,
I think he's got it.
First down.
It is. First down, Brother Martin. They've got it.
Facette, Romano, Garcia, Broad, those guys doing a great job up front, Lenny, as they did all day, getting that push for another first down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, we're going to get our hydration time out here and start in the middle of the 4th quarter.
So Brother Martin gets the big first down conversion with Spears, 3 yards to the 46, and the clock stopped at the 5:55 mark to play in the game. And again, Brother Martin in command here. 17-7, trying to milk this thing down. 2-score lead is safe. 1-score lead is not. That's why the longer you have the ball, the more it becomes very difficult for the opponent to make anything happen in that situation. LSU 21-3 in the second quarter, taking care of business, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting the groove in.
Clyde Edwards-Hilaire just had a touchdown a couple minutes ago.
Way to go, Clyde. 4-yard touchdown run for Hilaire. Burrows 9 for 12, 102 yards and a touchdown.
Actually, it's 28-3 now, LSU.
And scored again. Having their way, aren't they?
Ed Ogeron wanted to beat Ole Miss.
He always will. I did some of his games. I did some of the Ole Miss games for Comcast Television. Was one of the many things I've done when Ogeron was a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a nice guy. People kind of liked him, but they turned on him when they didn't win. And he's changed a lot since then as a head coach. Give the Smith, he's swallowed up. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but certainly eats some clock. No gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line. And the clock does become Brother Martin's friend now.
Smith comes off the field.
If you have to throw to make a first down, you do. But if you don't have to, you can run this thing under 4 minutes here, even punting it.
No, you got to be happy. Yeah, just running the clock down less than 4 minutes and pooch punting it inside the 15, 10-yard line.
And trusting your defense not to give up 2 scores.
Yes, especially with St. Aug with only 2 timeouts left.
Right, they've already burned one. 2nd and 10 at the 46. Going to run it inside. Not much room there, but good push nonetheless.
Keep going.
Good effort. Dragging tacklers to the St. Aug 49 with Spears. Really good run there. He battled for yards and managed to get 5 yards. Makes it a makeable 3rd and 5.
I'd be shocked if the ball goes in the end.
No, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. We already on St. Aug's 49-yard line at this point. I think it's mission accomplished for the offense, what they intended to do. Flip the field, burn about 3-4 minutes off the clock this quarter.
If you pick up the first down,
very easily make a first down right here, too.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5.
This possession is almost 6 minutes long, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5, just what they wanted here.
Yep. Trips to the left side of the field, to the right side of the field.
Bobby Conlon will be proud.
2 seconds, 1 second, got it off. running inside. He's going to be hit and stopped. So good pop there. Good tackle made, stopping him short of the first down. A gain of 2 to the 47, and Brother Martin will have to punt the football, but a good possession nonetheless.
You could even take a delay of game right here.
Well, you could do that. The clock's already under 4 minutes.
You can use your timeout.
And they haven't started the play clock yet, so you just let it wind down until they do it. And
for me, I would take it down to 0, take a timeout, and punt the ball.
Keep the offense on the field as Brother Martin for the time being. 4th and 3 at the 47.
They're going to try to get him.
They're going to try to get him. Yeah, they're going to try to get him a draw.
There's no way they're snapping this ball.
No.
I'm shocked.
And they could pooch punt it. Saw that in the game we did earlier today. Trying to draw them off, won't jump. St. Aug disciplined enough. Now Brother Martin will call timeout, I'm sure, or take the penalty.
Take the penalty.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to punt, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
I mean, you're at midfield anyway, so you give your punter a little room, and you milk that clock down to 3:21.
Yeah, good job. Good job by the offense moving the chains. They were backed up all the way inside their own 20 on that drive. So good job from flipping the field, taking some time off the clock. Now, we saw 2 of St. Aug's only 3 big plays have been on passes. So, hopefully the defensive backs got the message this time. Hey, let's keep everything in front.
Here's what you like about that drive. This will be a 12-play possession. That's going to end up taking 6 minutes. Well, no, if they run this play, it's going to take 7 minutes off the clock.
Yeah,
this drive started with 10:15 to play.
Crazy.
So this is a championship drive, even if you don't score.
That's
when you've got the lead in the fourth quarter and you keep the ball for 7 minutes or 8 minutes on a drive, goodness gracious.
And that's the definition, Kenny, of what we grew up in, 3 yards in a cloud of dust ball in the 70s and 80s. That's how we played. You control the clock and you have the ball with the lead. It's hard to be beaten.
Yeah, they don't have that bats, they can't score. I mean, it's that simple. So punt formation, Faust.
Just need to get a good snap here, get the punt off. No breakdown on special teams. Kick the ball
Roderick
out of bounds
Martin
if you have to.
Roderick Martin and Josh White are deep for St. Aug. Clearly going for the return with twin receivers back. Martin left, White
get it
right.
up in the air.
Just nobody should have a chance at a return here, whatever happens.
Faust. Wobbly spiral. White fields it at his 12. He's down right away.
Perfect.
Good
Perfect
job
drive,
defensively
guys.
on the special teams, I should say, for Brother Martin, and that's 36. Bo Randlett on the tackle.
I tell you what, give the Brother Martin special teams credit. The coverage teams have done a fantastic job.
Really good.
Kickoff and punt coverage. Not letting this explosive St. Aug special teams, these returners get any momentum going and really hitting St. Aug deep in their own territory. Once again, inside the 15-yard line, Jay, starting at the 13.
And the band stops when suddenly the ball changes possessions. 3:13 left to play. 2 timeouts left at the 13-yard line.
He's got to play good defense here, guys. Nothing big. Make
and look,
it.
if Sampson, the sophomore quarterback, is coming back, hey, keep the pressure on him. This guy's inexperienced. He is fleet of foot, but, I mean, Brother Martin can definitely contain him, but just don't let anybody get behind you as far as wide receivers.
Watch for the blitzes from Romano or Rantlett here.
1st and 10 at the 13. Sampson, man in motion, White. Back to pass.
Look out.
Looking, he's just going to gun it deep down the middle. Run for the ball, he caught
Gotta
it.
be kidding,
Across
guys.
the 45
Good
and down to
Lord.
the Brother Martin
That
40.
kid is
And that's
unbelievable.
Broderick Martin again, and what a big play by Martin. And here comes St.
Somebody's
Aug. And a first down, and a Brother Martin player down.
I tell you what, it wasn't bad coverage. It was a great,
No,
great catch.
I really thought he was going to intercept the ball. I mean, he was in perfect position to intercept the ball. And, God, give it up to Broderick. He did a great job of just reeling it in. And, as you see Brother Martin, defender on the ground right here, I hope he's okay. But, Martin making a great play on the ball and bringing it all the way back to Brother Martin's 40-yard line. Here we go, Lenny.
His first catch of the game, 47 yards and a first down to the Brother Martin 40-yard line. And they tend to the injured players, so we stop everything with 3:05 to play. 17-7 Brother Martin. St. Aug has 2 timeouts left for what it's worth. And it is worth a lot.
But this is, this is something that's hurt Brother Martin many, many times.
Well, they had the right coverage. They had safety help.
Nah,
They
it was
did,
a great
but I
throw
mean,
and
it's
catch.
Perfect throw and catch. Perfect throw and catch.
Look,
You got to make a play on the ball. They've constantly given up big plays like this, and you just got to have a guy back there in the position to make a play on the ball.
I'm gonna feel comfortable when that clock says 000. Not beforehand.
By the way, the last LSU touchdown, Joe Burrow, 65 yards to Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
Another really talented player from Destrehan High School. There we go.
The brother
Jordan
of.
Lyu's happy.
Yeah.
Jordan's a Destrehan and LSU grad, so
there you go.
He got both ends covered there, man.
All right.
He's happy.
What are you doing here? Well, you should be at that game. Should be in Tiger Stadium.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Brother Martin.
Come on,
He's
guys.
covering all bases, covering everybody's bases here tonight, man.
And he works with Kenny Trahan. Wow.
Poor guy.
Jordan, you just pinch yourself sometimes and make sure it's real.
It's happening.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Brother Martin. Purple Knights operate here with 3:02 and counting. They'll run this play with under 3 minutes left in the game. Sampson calls for the ball.
Reverse.
Gives it to Martin. Reverse pitch to White. White
There
at
you
the
go.
40.
Wrap him up.
And LeBay
Bring him
has
down.
him
There you go.
at the 38. Only a 2-yard gain.
Good job.
Yeah, great job containing the outside. Lenny keeping everything, in between the hashes and wrapping up. The clock's running right now.
Yeah, Noah LeBay just did a great job there staying home and keeping containment and keeping that to a very short gain on what could have been a big play.
I still think Brother Martin, the defense coordinator, needs to put a little pressure on this quarterback, though.
2nd and 8 at the 38. Snap it to Martin. Martin's just going to go deep again. Down the sideline and incidental contact incomplete. Brother Martin, player had position on the play. Devon Moore. And the pass goes incomplete as it was intended for Kai Matthew. They're just going vertical over and over again. They can keep doing it here.
Moore had good position. He did exactly what you should do as a defensive back there. You had to kind of slow down and let the guy run up on the back of you so nobody can get the ball.
Yeah, if I was Devon, I'd definitely put him on number 15, Broderick Martin, wherever he goes at this point, because they're going to come back to him.
So 3rd down now from the 38-yard line and 8 yards to go with 2:21 to play. Sampson under pressure, retreats. Sampson rolling right. Sampson throws, caught. Bailey at the 40. Bailey shook a tackle. Bailey gets close to the 1st down. Down around the 30-yard line. He's right on it. We'll see if he gets the mark.
Okay, might be a half-yard short.
No, 1st down. I think you're going to get it.
Think he got it?
I don't know.
They mark it at the 30. That's right where he needed to get.
That's close. Yeah.
I mean,
no,
it
they
is a
call
1st down. Yeah, he's right at the 30. 1st down, St. Aug.
The refs do not believe in measurements this game.
No, they don't.
They don't like it.
They must have gone to Eye Care Associates sometime last week.
I'm not sure if I operated on any of those officials. We'll have to see.
On a gain of 8, Bailey 1st and 10. Sampson operating at the
blitz.
30. Looking. He's throwing it deep down the middle. Martin's there. And
You got to be kidding.
Caught for a
He
touchdown.
Oh, he missed
No,
it.
he dropped
He
it.
dropped it. Good.
Martin
He had it. How did he
couldn't hold
drop
on.
that?
Thought he had it all the way.
Both of them had it. I thought the defender had it. I thought the receiver had it.
Thought he had it.
And Brother Martin bought the house. All 3 linebackers came up right through the middle. Good job by the sophomore quarterback, just standing in the pocket and throwing it up. I don't know how Martin dropped that ball. He had it right in his hands.
Boy,
Very fortunate
He
play.
had inside position, and the ball was there. 2nd down and 10 at the 30 with 2:05 to play.
Trips to the wide side, left side of the field. Expect the same play. I don't know why Brother Martin's only 5 yards back.
Looks like they're
Couple of
blitzing here.
receivers.
They are. Sampson gets it off down the middle, wide open, and White missed it. Pass was just over his head. Well, they blitzed, and the middle was open, but St. Aug couldn't execute.
Yeah, it was
It's
almost like a
13.
zone blitz. They cover 4 behind, and all the linebackers came up. Nobody's across the middle, and that's exactly where St. Aug was intended to throw the ball. Fortunately,
Just
it was
enough pressure to
incomplete.
get him off his mark.
With 2:01 to play, 3rd and 10 from the 30.
Come on, defense.
Couple of near misses for St. Aug. Snap it.
Blitzing
Blitz
again.
up the middle. Sampson rolls right, stops, throws
After
down
he
the
picked
field,
off.
and it's
Got
going
it.
to be intercepted.
Got it.
Intercepted by Devon Moore, and Brother Martin takes over in control, up 10 with 1:53 to play.
I think they listened to me, Lenny. They put Moore on the other side of the field, and good for him. He made a great play in the ball.
Chad, I would. Yeah, it was a great play by Moore. They actually had good coverage in the back end. The ball was a little underthrown, and Moore was able to pick it off and get a big turnover for the Crusaders. Looking with 1:53 left, St. Aug got 2 timeouts, so you're going to need to pick up a 1st down here to ice this game, but that was a big play by the defense again.
Well, they can only stop it twice, so not quite over, but for
It's
all
close.
intents and purposes. So the interception by Moore is huge.
That's the definition of bend but don't break, huh?
Yep.
Brother Martin's defense coming up and doing a good job.
1st and 10 from the 6, 1:53 left. Just run it inside, they do. And making yards is not really the issue here. Running clock is. St. Aug with 2 timeouts.
I think they just spent
Payne
one.
ran the ball.
Took one timeout there.
1 timeout left with 1:49 left. That's why you want to save those timeouts. Would be a different story here if you had them all.
So assuming they're going to run the ball 2 more times here, and assuming just for a second they don't pick up the first, St. Aug will probably get the ball back with, I don't know, probably just about a minute left here, down 2 scores. So that's assuming Brother Martin doesn't pick up the first.
Yeah, I'd say a minute, 50 seconds to a minute once they start the play clock. That's what you're talking about. So it'd be 2nd and 9 from the 7-yard line. Brother Martin gathered around Coach Boniz.
I got to think he's telling them, whatever you do, don't fumble the ball.
Nothing cheap.
Don't do anything stupid. Don't
Nothing
audible to a
cheap.
pass. Don't kneel on 4th down.
Back on the field now.
Unlike some people, like Chandler Rose, directed by Jason Alexis. I believe he's listening right now.
That's hearsay.
2nd down and 9 for Brother Martin.
From the 7. Run it inside, and that's Spears
bad.
to the
Hang on
about
to
the
the ball.
9.
Spears up the middle.
St. Aug will take its final
don't wanna
timeout.
see
Spears
that.
it comes up limping, though. He lays down now. He's tried to hop off, but
it
then he
looked
just
like
laid
his
down.
ankle. I'm hoping it's a cramp, but it kind of looked like it was an ankle. He might have twisted.
Stops the clock at the 9-yard line, and they have not taken the St. Aug timeout off the board. They might not have to take one because of the injury here, and that would be a bad break. They have one left.
They have, yeah.
Injuries do stop the clock. So,
God, I hate to see that towards the end of the game.
10 to him. Mark Moniz is there on the scene on a need, checking on his player.
Man, Spears having a great game, too. You hate to see him go out. You hate to see any kid go out, but Spears really stepped up his game this week and helped out Smith and Brother Martin's offense.
He's got 19 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown.
Very serviceable job.
$20 carries for 79 yards for Smith. They've had to earn it, but they've absorbed the carries, moved the chains.
Yeah, did a good
Big
job of
part
being
the
patient.
lead. You
Yeah, it
can't
looks
put
like
any-
that's his ankle.
You can't put any weight at all on his right
That's his
leg.
ankle.
I hope he's okay.
So Spears getting helped off. Hate to see it. Smith, no doubt, will be back on the field with a 3rd and 7 from the 9. And still 1:45 to play, and St. Aug is not taking that timeout.
Well, if the timeout didn't come off the board, the clock should start.
Clock should start when they blow it ready for play. So Brother Martin just needs to let it run down. Of course, it's only a 25-second clock. But it saved St. Aug time here. There's no doubt about that, because they're not going to blow it. They're going to blow it ready for play and start the clock at the same time, whereas it would have been running
Right.
before the timeout. So this is going to save
Well, it is
St.
what
Aug
it
20
is.
seconds. I guarantee you. And you may have to punt from the end zone. So this one's not over by any stretch. 3rd and 7 from the 9. Finally, they blow the whistle. Clock starts, and of course the play clock started right away. So they can run it down to about a minute 22 or 3 or so before running the play. And you know St. Aug's going to call timeout. So they'll get the ball back with more than a minute to play, as it turned out, because of the injury. Just a bad break. 3rd and 7. Snap it. Run Smith inside. Nothing there. Push back after about a yard gain. Actually, no gain. And St. Aug will take its final timeout with 1:18 to play.
All right, if you have a 60-yard punt up your sleeve, Lenny, this is when you pull it out.
Right now? Okay.
We need it.
Well, 1:18 left.
Preferably with no return.
This is still a two-score football game.
Right.
So barring a complete collapse here in the next 78 seconds, should be
get
okay.
the ball
You
off.
just got to keep doing what you've been doing the whole game so far.
St. Augustine.
Yeah, I'd like to get a report on Spears, too, to see how he's doing. I see 3 people attending to him on the bench. Those ankles, it's so rough, man, running between the tackles.
And it's amazing. It's still drizzling out there. I mean, it's rained the whole game.
The entire game.
Yeah. We have Jordan here. Jordan will be writing a story, getting quotes, and for CrescentCitySports.com. Was going to do field reports, but because of the weather, we didn't want to put him in that situation with our electronics.
Exactly. I sure hope it stops before I have to walk to my car, Kenny.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Is there like a shuttle we can have back?
My car,
I'm
maybe.
thinking about bribing
just
one of
park
these
right
people
down the ramp.
with an umbrella.
So Faust will stand about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone. St. Aug will have 9 up front. I'm surprised they're not coming after this.
Me
now
too.
They've only got 9. Now they might come with 10. Now they will.
If you got a shot, this would be it.
They do come, but he got it off easily. Wobbly kick.
All right,
He's
get a
going to
bounce.
bounce to the 40.
Get a bounce.
Don't touch it.
And it
Wait.
doesn't go anywhere, but
Don't
let
touch
it go.
Yeah, let it burn. Let it burn some clock.
And finally we'll be down with 1:07 left. St. Aug will operate from the Brother Martin 41,
No
trailing by 10.
timeouts. All right, guys.
No timeouts remaining.
Make tackles. Don't let anybody get behind you. Get up slow.
Well, you know they're going to take a shot here, and that's the one chance they have. Throwing the deep ball, trying to come up with a play, which we've seen them do. We'll see.
Now we'd absolutely find out where Broderick Martin is.
Well, they
are coming to him.
They have 4 safeties back on the 20-yard line. They're
And
rushing
4
3. Got
linebackers.
4 linebackers.
The ultimate
out.
prevent. 1st and 10 at the 41. Sampson the snap. Sampson gets pressure, guns it deep down the middle, and the traffic
Interception. There you go. That's a way to stop it.
And just
there you
sitting
go.
down is
Good job.
Brady Faust. And so they put Brady Faust in the game to play defense, and he does what he does. He goes up and makes
He
catches.
catches the ball.
That's
He
right.
catches the ball. Great job by Brady Faust. Great job by the Crusaders defense stopping that St. Aug threat there, and with about a minute left. And we're going to take 2 knees here, Chad, and get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, very appropriate that the defense closes this out, because as good as the offense was, and you got to give a lot of credit to them, controlling the ball, being patient, getting those 3-yard runs, the defense did an outstanding job today, considering some of the teams they played previously and giving up a lot of points. Good for the Crusaders for only giving up 7
And
today.
run it out now at their own 15-yard line with a minute left and no timeouts for St. Aug. Brother Martin will just take a knee here. And lose 2 yards, but can care less. 2nd down. 1 more snap should do it. Just letting that clock run down wisely. 1 more snap, and Brother Martin has a big win.
Whew. How long has it
snap
been, Lenny?
that
3 years? 4
years.
years since we
Losing
beat them?
streak against St. Aug.
Whew.
Just 3 games.
Makes it sweet. Makes it really sweet. I don't like streaks when
Here's
they're
the
against
snap,
us.
and Martin takes a knee, and the Brother Martin Crusaders have defeated the St. Augustine Purple Knights by the score of 17-7 here tonight.
Great win. Good win,
Great
Crusaders.
Big win.
We'll take the break here. We owe you one, so we'll take it here. We're back in a moment. This is Brother Martin Football on WGSO 990 AM and at WGSO.com, as well as CrescentCitySports.com.
Come visit a Brother Martin alumnus and get all of your prescription needs at Dave's Pharmacy
Oh,
on the
you
West
another break,
Bank.
Darryl?
We have friendly people there.
You want to just combine them and make a 3-minute break?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Will be filled. Most insurance plans accepted, as well as major credit cards. So come and visit us at Dave's Pharmacy, 1220 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. That's Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank. Or call us for a prescription quote at 340-7516. Dave's Pharmacy. Brother Martin High School educates young men for life through religious values, friendly discipline, personal attention, and academic excellence. Do you want to be a Crusader? Boys in grades 5 through 8 are invited to join us for Crusader Discovery Night, October 19th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and explore our campus through classroom activities, games, and extracurricular and athletic program activities. Visit brothermartin.com for more details. Eye Care Associates has been caring for families in the New Orleans community for over 25 years. Our doctors' experience, combined with a personal commitment to their patients' comprehensive eye care needs, has made them some of the most highly respected and trusted care providers in the South. Our commitment is to make certain our patients benefit from the safest and latest technological advances. Visit Eye Care Associates and Dr. Lenny Sumich, class of 1990 at 4324 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. Visit us online at eyecareneworleans.com or call 504-455-9825. Brother Martin High School, educating young men for life with a focus on religious values, friendly discipline, academic excellence, and personal attention. Prospective students and their families are invited to join current students and faculty for open house on Thursday, November 8th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Visit brothermartin.com for more information on seeing what Brother Martin High School has to offer. Come visit a Brother Martin alumnus and get all of your prescription needs at Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank. We have friendly people there waiting to assist you with discount prices and great service. In 15 minutes or less, your prescriptions will be filled. Most insurance plans accepted as well as major credit cards, so come and visit us at Dave's Pharmacy, 1220 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. That's Dave's Pharmacy on the West Bank, or call us for a prescription quote at 340-7516. Dave's Pharmacy. Brother Martin High School educates young men for life with a focus on religious values, academic excellence, personal attention, and friendly discipline. Celebrating 50 years of Brother Martin High School and 150 years of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart in New Orleans, the Brothers of the Sacred Heart and lay partners have served the young men of New Orleans by providing Catholic education second to none. The strong tradition continues today. Visit brothermartin.com for more details.
Good win for Brother Martin tonight. They defeat St. Augustine by the score of 17-7, along with Chandler Rose and Lenny Sumich. I'm Ken Trahan. Once again, want to salute Chip Merritt, Matt Merritt for producing for CrescentCitySports.com, and Darrell Ashley for doing so for WGSO this evening. Crusaders with a win go to 3-2, 1-1 in the Catholic League. St. Augustine drops to 3-2, but 0-2 in District 9-5A with the defeat. Looking at the numbers of the game, Jalen Spears, 19 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Smith, 21 carries for 79 yards for the Crusaders. Drew Martin completed 5 of 13 passes for 91 yards in this contest. And then for St. Augustine, Mahmoud Bailey was the leading rusher. 9 carries, 53 yards. And it was Roderick Martin actually leading the way. He had 3 carries for 60 yards, but only 3 carries. Trevon Woodson, apparently injured, left the game 5 of 14, 102 yards with an interception. Kendall Sampson came in and went 4 for 12, 43 yards with 2 interceptions. And Evan Coatney had 2 catches, 76 yards to face St. Augustine in receiving in the game. Sacks, 5 for Brother Martin. That was huge. Turnovers, St. Aug had 3. That was huge. Penalties, 8 for Brother Martin, 64 yards. St. Aug, 6 for 49 yards. It adds up to a 17-7 win for Brother Martin here tonight. And the Crusaders go out of district next week to take on Bastrop here at Ted Gormley Stadium Friday night at 7 p.m. The Purple Knights next week will get Archbishop Shaw on Friday at 3:30 in the afternoon at Archbishop Shaw. Guys, final thoughts, Lenny?
I tell you what, great win by the Crusaders tonight. Great job defensively. They gave up the 1 score, but that was it. There's just 1 long run there, 58 yards, I believe it was, but that was about it. You know, this is the best I've seen Brother Martin play against St. Aug in a long, long time. Like we talked about off air a minute ago, Chad, no turnovers. That's big. If you don't shoot yourself in the foot, this team's going to be tough to beat. You know, it wasn't overpowering. It wasn't, flashy, but it was a good, solid win. Got up a 17-0 lead. Your defense held on, kept them out of a very high-powered offense out of the end zone, and kept them in check most of the night. And I'm really proud of this football team. They've done a great job, and I think they're definitely on the upswing as we head into the second half of the season.
Yeah.